Can you guys hear them? Trying to set up so people can hear you. Yeah. Just keep keep going. I'll just set everything up as we go. Oh, okay. They can hear you now.
Excellent.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, definitely opening the Jack 10 suited. I should definitely bet this flop because there's a lot of good turn cards. Diamond, 9, Queen, like gut shots and flush draws, and I have 2 overs. All right, bad check. I mean, good turn, goodish turn.
Yeah, if you want to bet, how much do you want to bet on this flop?
On this flop, I'm probably betting like close to 60%.
You
it's
probably go like really big, like 5.5 blinds, I would say.
yeah, somewhere
Or
around
you
there.
check.
I
Small betting makes no sense.
yeah, definitely. It's like a pretty wet board, and like when he's in the blinds, I feel like this is like gonna be a board that might hit him, like more often than it's gonna hit me. But I mean,
Yeah, I guess he has some more sets for sure in the small
yeah.
one.
So I'm definitely calling the turn. This, I think, is probably a little spew just because I'm blocking some of the straight draws. And but I unblock flushes. So I'm like unsure about here. I called here thinking that I could definitely be ahead of like some of his like one club combos with like that
Yeah, but he
might
probably
have.
has king jack a lot. But I think we just have to call because we have so many club combos ourselves. So we have like ace king one club,
Yeah.
king queen one club. Okay. Yeah, then we always call. If we see this hand, we always call because then he's just way too wide.
I think this is probably a terrible open. Like I'm way too deep from like under the gun. There's just like way too many hands behind.
Yeah. Just have to be very tight here. And ace
Yeah.
10 is really poor hand.
Check fold.
Okay.
Were you gonna say something, Matrix?
Yeah, I think we see bet. I mean, I think we see bet this this one because he may float once with his sixes or sevens. Like he doesn't have a lot of sets. Like if if it was like a jack 7-9, we check, you know, or
Yeah, the only sets he has here is like 5s and 3s because
yeah.
queens he's 3-betting.
I think we can even double barrel this one. Like depending on like any deuce, we double barrel. Obviously an ace.
Like in my mind, I was sitting there thinking I shouldn't have opened in this spot, so I should just like check fold and not like get committed. Like see a turn where I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna have to like bet again or call again.
Yeah. I think it's fine to just give up this hand because we have no real good backdoors except like king and jack is good. But other than that, then we have a gut shot. But like we have no backdoor flush draw. We don't have, you know.
Yeah, exactly. If I was like suited with like a backdoor flush, I'm definitely betting it or check calling.
Γεια σου Ερμές μου.
But yeah, we should just
Κάτι
fold
session,
the
ναι,
flop,
ναι, ναι.
so.
Γεια σου flash μου.
Exactly.
And ace 10 suited, we can bet for
PUBG λέει,
6-5.
study, we need tables
So
in
then we
real
have
money.
a lot of good backdoors again.
Καλησπέρα,
So we
παιδιά,
have to call
καλησπέρα.
these 10-8 suited hands on the button here for sure. They play so good post flop, and we are in position.
Yeah, and it's so hard to like really like mess anything up because we miss, we just fold.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you? I mean, I guess we're like so deep that we could just like profitably call a lot of hands here. But like, do you prefer 3-betting?
I think 3-betting is definitely a good option, just
Mm-hmm.
to squeeze out the big blind.
Yeah, and just play heads up.
Yeah. And if you get 4-bet, it's not that bad for us because like king jack is crushed by a 4-betting range.
I think at this point I'm just like giving up.
Yeah, that's fair enough because you don't
Καλησπέρα,
have a lot of
Λουκία,
one-heart
Stabs.
combos.
Καλησπέρα,
Yeah.
ο Γερίδης.
Except
Ανδρέα μου,
like
γεια σου.
maybe
Τολμίδη.
no real one combos. Like
Κάνετε.
if you have pocket sevens with a 7 in hearts, you're just gonna bet the turn or the flop.
Exactly. It's just gonna be the pairs I have with a heart combo.
Έχουμε τον...
And they bet.
We have
mainly.
Zombie coaching...
on flop or turn.
Moin.
Yeah.
You guys all know Moin from the stream. And I just squeezed myself in just to be able to, because I didn't have any time to study today or yesterday. So that was a good opportunity for
I
me
would open this.
You would open here?
to study
Yeah.
with the guys here, you know.
I think it's the bottom though.
Yeah,
Card
that's what I
folding
thought.
king 9 off.
And also it's a good opportunity to
I think we 3-bet this one.
show you guys
You bet.
You just fold.
some,
I mean,
you
folding
know,
is not terrible, but I think
some
being
study
in
content,
position.
which
I think if I was
will
like one seat
later
over or 2 seats
upload
over, I'm like
on my
definitely gonna 3-bet. Just because there's less players behind that can like
So if you
4-bet
guys don't have
or
any
even like
time,
cold call.
watch it right now.
This is not a bounty, right?
Don't worry about it.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna
not.
be
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not
uploading
terrible to
later
just
on.
fold, but feels a bit tight.
I should probably be betting this flop because I unblock a lot of hands, like all the overs and.
I think we just check this hand because there's so many draws out there, so we never, you know, if you bluff once, he's not folding a
Yeah.
lot. Like if he has a hand like 10-9, 6-7, you know, 10-7, Queen 10, they all call one at least. So we have to triple barrel this hand. And that's always very dicey because like in the $5 tournament, they don't fold Jack X.
They don't fold, yeah.
And they still have sets and 8x and yeah.
Set mining. Picked up a draw, calling. He's really only repping like 9-8. Did he bet flop though? And he checked turn, so he would bet 9-8 on the turn.
No, he bet turn. He checked
Oh,
flop,
he bet
bet
turn,
turn.
check flop. Okay, yeah, so he definitely has the 9-8s.
Definitely has 9-8. He has ace 9, king 9,
Mm-hmm.
queen 9 maybe. I mean, I probably just fold. Yeah.
I think it's close. I think we can definitely call as well. Like I'm not
Yeah.
sure he's not betting that big with a 10. He's only really repping like a straight or a 9.
Yeah. The problem here is like in the $5 tournaments, they're gonna bet king, queen, and queen jack almost always on the flop and don't check.
Yeah.
So all the bluffs basically are not in his range anymore. And yeah, if they pot bet, it's always pretty strong.
By find the fold here.
Yes. This time we phoned the fold.
I think like on like 70 big blinds and under, I'm opening under the gun there. Okay, we're not calling a jam.
That's pretty aggressive. What would you do if it folds to you and it didn't 3-bet? Would you 3-bet this open or do you just call?
I would 3-bet. I hate calling being out of position unless I'm in like the big blind, getting like a better price. And I think the hand plays better as a 3-bet.
Yeah, I think so as well. What's your sizing here?
Versus him, probably 10 big blinds.
10 big blinds. Okay, perfect.
Right, let's see a deuce.
Never lucky.
Never lucky. Always the ass end draw too.
Oh, we just for sure have to call
I
this.
should
we call.
100% call, yeah.
Yeah, we call that. Especially with the smaller sizing.
Oh yeah.
Even with the 6x, that's a very good hand to play. Plays well post flop.
100%.
We are checking a lot anyways versus a 3-bet, so
we check calling a lot too on a lot of boards.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the sizing is just too small to fold a lot. So we call every suited hand basically.
Yeah. Big leak, big blunder. What are your thoughts here?
You just 3-bet fold.
3-bet fold?
Yeah.
Pretty standard.
But
Like
do you,
Pretty
if
standard. If
one's
you call
calling,
it.
yeah, one's calling, it's pretty standard.
but do you,
Yeah.
do you really 3-bet fold the queens there?
I hate the 3-bet folding on like such a deep stack, but I guess if I'm 3-betting and he's 4-betting, I'm just like my hand's not doing very well versus his range because he shouldn't really be 4-betting with like jacks, tens, nines, and it's like literally only going to be like ace king and like kings plus.
And the value doesn't come from him 4-betting. The value comes from we 3-bet, he calls, we c-bet, he folds. You
Mhm.
know, we c-bet, he calls, and we win the hand. This
Yeah.
is like the value in pocket queens here. It's not the value from like we 3-bet, he 4-bets, we 5-bet jam, and he calls it off with aces. That's not the value,
Yeah.
right? Like this range is like aces, kings, maybe queens sometimes, and then ace king suited plus.
Mhm.
But he shouldn't even 4-bet ace king suited because our range is very polarized, right? Like
Yeah.
we either have the super nuts or we have like nothing. So a suited connector type hand, like 7-8 suited, or we have
Mm.
queens. So
Yeah.
him 4-betting ace king is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Or would be pretty bad. But you never know. In a $5 tournament, I might still go with it.
Yeah, like people $5 tournament, people may even 4-bet.
Yeah, they'll 4-bet cuck soup.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
like
Like they'll just do it and re-enter. I
they
mean,
do,
sometimes
and
I do that. Like I'll just try to play the really big pot, and like if I don't win it, I just re-enter. Just put myself in like a better position to like apply pressure.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, but we just have to 3-bet preflop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fold here.
we gotta remember that there are some bluffs in 4-betting range. I don't know in the 550s, probably not.
Yeah,
In
there
the
are probably
550s.
no bluffs. There are probably some overvalued hands,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like ace queen.
yeah.
I think this early in the tournament. I mean, I guess like this early, like all the punters are punting off, but like the regs really aren't punting off that much.
True.
Not that I know if he's a reg, because like the weird names that they give us. What do you think
Yeah,
here?
You can
we
set it
3-bet or
up.
fold.
Can set it up to get the real names.
Really?
Yeah,
Because like
option.
when I download the hand history, this is how they load up.
Oh, wait, is this in which company is that?
This is GG Poker.
Ah, okay, never mind then. Djibouti, yeah.
Yeah, in this spot, we just don't like flatting ace 10.
Yeah.
Because like nothing good is really happening for us. Like we flop an ace, but we're really not happy about it.
I just yeah, like I just felt like on the flop, I kind of have to call just to keep them honest.
Yeah, for sure, but yeah.
But pre-flop, yeah, I figured like I did think about 3-betting. I just thought like this is probably like in the bottom because I don't like I'm probably folding ace 9 off, ace 8, maybe like ace 9 suited. I'm also calling.
Yeah, suited hands, ace x suited hands we can call
Yeah,
because then we can make the nuts.
we
But
can
with ace 10
realize
off, we
equity. Yeah,
can't really, make the
Yeah,
nuts.
the only nuts is like the Broadway.
yeah.
Yeah. Now we just have to block bet. This is like a pretty big blunder as well to not block bet. Because now he's not really bluffing a lot and we lose more versus like 2-pair type hands.
Oh, shit. I want to see what the pot was.
It
So
doesn't really
what do
matter.
you think? Like 6, 7?
Yeah, exactly. You just bet very tiny. It doesn't really matter because you only lose like 2 blinds more.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say he's not betting 8, but like big. So let's say he bets like 15, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
lose double the amount because you probably don't check fold.
Yeah.
So you lose double, and you still get caught by like ace 5, ace 4, ace 3, maybe some like pocket 10s, pocket jacks, pocket queens that can't fold.
Mm-hmm.
But they just check those back, so you don't get value from these hands anymore, and his bluffing range is very thin. So he's not gonna have a lot of bluffs.
I'm probably would be folding river if I had like the 10 of hearts, because then I like block some of his heart combos that he can have.
I mean, 10 in hearts, I don't know if that's super relevant because a lot of 10 in hearts want to barrel the turn, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like. Right? He
True,
checked
true.
the turn. So
Yeah.
yeah, I guess we either block bet. I like block betting the most because we just get so much value from like ace 9, maybe ace 5, ace 4, ace 3. Like I said, some pocket jacks type hands. And yeah, it's a 550. You never know. Maybe they have like 8-9 and call you off.
Yeah, they will call with worse.
Yeah, exactly. So block betting in these spots is very important.
Yeah, I took a note of that. I think I could have probably 3-bet there too. 6-8 suited, or is that too wide?
I would call or fold. I wouldn't 3-bet in position. Yeah, this one we fold for sure.
Can't do much versus a 4x.
Not really.
Big blind, or no, I'm not big blind. Probably open the button. 40 big blinds though.
It's okay.
Probably peel
For
half a
sure.
chip there.
Exactly. Yeah. The price is just too good.
Yeah.
And yeah, and on in these spots, on this board, for example, we always check raise and get it in.
Yeah.
It's just we have great equity and
Great
we
equity.
deny a lot of equity. Can get it in versus
Γεια
worse
σου,
flush
Σάσο
draws.
μου. Έχουμε
So
study
like weak
session,
pairs
coaching
plus
session.
flush draws are great
Τι
gambling
κάνεις?
hands. They
Ξεκίνησες
have so
το
much
grind σου ή
equity.
τσιλάρεις?
They dominate some flush draws. So that's great. And just put the pressure on. We have all of these type hands, right? We have all the 2 pairs in a limp pot.
Ευχαριστώ, μόνια μου.
Yeah, this is fine to fold. I don't hate it.
Μετά όμως το grind,
On the
προς το
button, I
παρόν
would
έχουμε
hate it
study
though.
session.
On the
Yeah.
button, we have to call.
Coaching
Cutoff, we
βασικά.
have to
Το
call.
Zombie κάνει coaching το
Hijack,
Moin.
we can fold.
Hold on, let me write that down. Call more on button. Mhm. 20 big blinds.
Yeah, we have to fold.
You really?
The range is just ace-4 here all the time. So we don't perform well versus ace-x.
You're so spot on with like the ranges.
Yeah, it's just like almost always ace-x or like small pairs. And versus that range, we have like maybe, let's say 43% maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't want to get it in with 43%. Because like if we double, our value doesn't go up, right? It's a $5 tournament. Our stack is not worth $10 now.
Mm-hmm.
It is worth like maybe $7.50, maybe $6. You never
Yeah.
know.
I mainly went for it in this spot because like I could re-enter and get 50k chips, and that's gonna give me like 40-ish big blinds, or I win here and I have the 40.
This is a good point that you brought up, Moin. And I like what Zombie said, because a lot of people do that. Like, I'm just gonna get it in, and if I lose, I just re-enter more chips. But Zombie said something very important. How much our chips worth at this point? Like Zombie?
A lot less, right? So it's more than the buy-in. If you have more than the buy-in as chips, so if the starting stack is 50k and we double and then have like 80k, but it's not really, if we double we have the double amount, right? So it's really tough to say because it depends really on ICM, how many players are paid, you know, how many players are in the tournament, how tough this is the tournament. But overall, I would say we just don't want to get it in these spots because we are not ahead of his range. We have like 43% maybe. And yeah.
So what's your calling range?
Are you calling King Jack off?
No, I mean King Queen off probably, King Jack suited maybe, and then like mainly ace-x because we dominate all the trashy ace-x that he jams. He's gonna jam like ace-4, ace-3, ace-deuce, and dominating those with like ace-7 is so much better because we still flip versus all the small pairs. We dominate ace-x. We are ahead versus broadways. So that's the reason we just call wider with ace-x and fold these Broadway type hands.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And we're talking about 20 big blinds. If he was like 10 big blinds, you call that.
Yeah, then we just have to snap call because then his jamming range is so much
Yeah,
wider, right?
he's gonna have like 9-10, like 10-8,
Yeah.
all those
Exactly.
weaker hands.
But he's not gonna jam those for 20. He might have a hand like Queen 10 suited, Jack 10 suited sometimes, but fair enough. It's also interesting, what do you do if he limps?
I'm probably just jamming it in his face. If he limps, because then I have like my fold equity, and like if he calls, I'll always I shouldn't really be worse than like 30% very often. What do you think?
I check back if he limps. Because our hand is pretty strong versus his limping range anyway. And I lose so much and I can play that hand in position, right? Versus a guy with a weaker range, and I can take it post flop and win more chips. Because if he has some traps, like like most of the times he either has traps or nothing. So so in the long term, I'm losing if I jump because he's either gonna fold or call me with his traps. But if I take it post flop with a very strong hand versus his limping range, sometimes you can raise it. Like you can go 2.5x, 3x, raise, and fall to a jam, or just take it post flop.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't think we want to 3x fold our hand because king high is so good. Like we dominate most king x, right? Like we dominate all the king 5, king 4, and if the flop is like a king x, he loses a lot, and we win a lot more than by just then we just jam. But raise the edge for example is just jamming king 10 off, which is like not terrible because you deny him a lot of equity. If he has a hand like 7-8 suited, he has like 43%, 42%, and you just give him 0% if you jam.
Raise your edge, jams 15 to 20 big blinds, 20 to 25 checks back, checks behind.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
it really depends how deep you are, basically.
Exactly. And what stage of the tournament you are?
Yeah. 600, 1200 blinds.
So pretty early.
Yeah, it's still a late reg.
But yeah, and king high is a good hand, right? Like if his range is a lot of like ace x are jamming pre-flop, then we can take out these hands, and then king x is really strong. So we can
like
always call with like king high.
I figured jamming there with the king 10 also allows me to realize equity. Like
Yeah, it's easier to play for sure. If he's a good regular, you can just jam because he's gonna outplay you post flop, and then you can just deny him this equity.
Νομίζω αυτό θα πάρει 1-2 ώρες και μετά θα ανοίξω κανονικά. Θα κλείσω για να ανοίξω με delay και θα ανοίξω το special. Θα παίξω και στο Greek home game σήμερα.
7-8 deuce, we don't fold king 10 ever.
Για πρώτη φορά.
Right. So we call at least one.
Do you ever just defend here to under-rep your hand?
Yes.
Because like I feel like they raise here and fold a lot.
Yeah, you just call these hands and then check raise the flop a lot. Because this looks so strong. Sure, he might get it in like a pocket tens here because he's scared, but
you're so good, man. You're so good. You're so good. It's unbelievable. Don't forget to sign up for coaching, guys.
Yeah, I mean, this is like the good thing in the micros. They are super scared, and if they have a good pair or a hand like ace queen, they just over-rep it and just jam because they don't understand the ranges, right? Like your range is so polarized that this 10-10 jam is super bad.
People just look at their hand and play the game, and they don't even they're only playing like a quarter of the actual game. They're not they're not thinking about anything.
The biggest leak is what Zombie just said, that they don't understand ranges and versus positions. Like, oh, Like it's so much different when you raise under the gun and the big blind
Three bets you.
three bets you.
Yeah.
It's this. For me, it's even strong. I like under the gun +1 three betting and big blind is probably the strongest range.
Mhm.
Like button is definitely a little bit looser, but even button, you know, they like sometimes button they don't have to three bet because they will play the hand in position.
Yeah.
So you
But
know,
it's definitely the position where you're probably three betting the widest
yeah,
from the button.
yeah, true. But from the big blind, I mean, when you can just call and see a cheap flop, why would you three bet? You have a very very polarized.
Precisely.
Yeah, we just jammed this hand.
Fade. Good enough.
That's pretty
He-
close, yeah. Like for
he's
14, we
pretty
always
active.
jam. Yeah, for 14 blinds, we always jam because we have more fold equity. I think it's fine.
Deuces never loses.
Yeah. We are back. Almost.
Back in the mix. What do you think here? I mean, I think I'm too short to really do anything. Like
I
verse
mean, you
under the
could
gun.
3-bet, you could call, fold. I think it's fine. As exploit, I would just fold.
Yeah.
Like, what is the sizing here if you want to 3-bet?
Probably 5 to 5.5.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have to go bigger.
Yeah, it won't
Again, we are
change a
very
lot.
polarized. We either have it or don't. But a hand like Ace King, for example, just wants to jam in these spots.
Yeah.
Ace King offset.
No need to induce.
Yeah, you just want to take it down now. And you can balance that with like pocket tens. Yeah, this is like the exact spot we want to call.
Chop it up.
Lucky us, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like almost top of his range, I think. Ace 8.
You like the sizing? Went with
Yeah.
the min.
For sure. Always min raising, never going bigger here.
Always
Ooh.
lucky.
I don't know why he sized so big. I feel
Yeah.
like he should size down with kings.
Mm.
Just really wants you to call. If you have a cooler situation like, you know, Ace King, he gets it in anyways.
So you're not gonna make it that big with your bluffs.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
he might.
I guess yeah.
He might, but
You wanna really give the room with your value hands.
in this spot, yeah.
That's something I would take note. Like
I
if,
think this is the bottom of my opening range. I don't open 4s or 3s or 2s here.
Yeah,
What
the
do you
big
think?
blind is pretty short, so that kind of sucks. So set money goes down in value a lot because like if you flop a set, it's not we don't gain a lot of chips. Like the maximum we can get is like 15 blinds, 14 blinds.
Yeah. Very true. Don't really.
Easy call.
Easy call. The
Zi-
result doesn't matter.
Zidane is in the mix.
Nice.
Hella
I
big.
should probably. Do you think squeezing here? I mean, he's limping under the gun. He's got like some pretty tight numbers.
I think limping behind is fine. Dominating some ace X. Yeah, we just fold the flop.
Fold.
Yeah, we don't
I
really
guess
have a
because
lot
we're
of
not.
good backdoors.
Yeah, I guess the jack we don't really get paid very much if they don't have an ace.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even really getting paid if they have an ace. We're just chopping.
Especially since we have to remove the jack of diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty crushed on the flop. And like the 10-7 is pretty wild already, right? So this range should be a lot stronger than it is.
Now,
Mm,
is he too short for us to set mine versus? I guess the
yeah,
big blind has a stack where he can just like rip it into.
yeah, I think we just fold. We're a bit too short.
Dan says I don't like squeezing. Don't like squeezing. Is that nice there? And the gun has a lot of limb jumps, and button will still defend if raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, except if you like massively raise, like to 6 blinds. But I think that's over ripping our hand a bit. So yeah, I think I agree. Just limp behind.
Could have been an interesting spot to 3-bet, but I mean, I don't really like the offsuit combos. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have like a timing read or like, you know, a soul read, then you can
Mhm.
do it. If, for example, in a bounty, I see this a lot where you can do this raising with ace-5 off, because if the big blind has 10 blinds, his range with 110, 20 blinds is going to be so much wider than in a freeze out. So
Mhm.
then you can start, you know, putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
But in a freeze out, we just fold.
Royal.
Ooh,
Royal, wow.
those
Royale
quads.
with the Royale with cheese.
That's how you win tournaments.
Yep.
I
Now,
hate
what are
these
your
spots.
thoughts here?
Mm,
I just fold because I mean he's raising under the gun on like 17 big blinds. I think I have like a fairly marginal spot, and he's raising into this like big stack in the big blind too.
Yeah, I started folding in these spots as well.
Like I just don't think I'm gaining enough from him.
hmm. I mean, it's pretty close.
Yeah, I think it's close. I think it's like a little bit marginal.
The only reason I would call is because there is no guy on the cutoff. So we're typically he's not under the gun. He's middle position ish, or let's say under the gun +1, right?
Yep.
Because we're 700.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I
So
think we have to call.
yeah, so that's the only reason I would probably call. Because I mean it's a 550 of course, but like if he's a good player, I mean if he plays well pre-flop, he still has queen 9 suited, 9-10 suited. He should be opening these hands, although population don't.
Hmm.
And I think for 2.5x, he doesn't have these hands.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's more polar to like ace king, ace
The
queen,
the
and
thing
pocket
about the
tens.
2.5x, they do it a lot. But not in GG.
I think
Sorry, in
I
ACR
think
they do it a lot.
yeah, I think they do it to like lower the SPR on the flop, so that they
Yeah,
can like profitably get it in more often.
and they don't want the big blind to call everything.
I
So
mean,
if
he
they
should
have
be.
a hand like ace king, ace queen, they just want to get it in right now and don't
Yeah.
see a flop. But yeah, I think we have to call 7-handed. It's just too good.
Yeah.
But I fold ace 10 for sure. So gotta be bottom.
Chips. Easy call. Good flop. Not sure I like raising, especially versus sizing. What are your thoughts?
I think both are fine. I think mainly calling though. Like there are a lot of good turns, like a queen or an ace, where he still keeps barreling versus our like pocket sevens, pocket nines, pocket tens.
Yeah.
So if the turn is the queen and he bluffs like ace king, king queen, it's great for us. I mean, that's a pretty shitty turn.
Very shitty.
I mean, we could probably just jam, but I think in the 550 it's fine to check fold. Yeah, we still beat a lot of hands, but like we still have like all the pairs and he doesn't. So if on the turn he's
I was
always gonna
calling.
bet the kings.
I think I was calling a bet on the river if he bet. Because I don't think he's like checking back a pocket pair on the turn or a full house. He's just gonna like go for value.
Yeah, but he still has ace king, ace queen.
True.
We still lose to ace king.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if we jam, I mean maybe he still calls off ace king. So I guess check behind is good.
Γεια σου Queen Club, τι κάνεις? Δεν παίζουμε προς το παρόν, έχουμε coaching session.
I mean, there could be
Αυτός που κάνει το
bluffing river.
coaching είναι ο
It's like a
Lik3aZombY στον Moin. Ο
like a
Moin,
4
Can
card
you
straight
replay the
board.
hand, please? For me,
Yeah.
it froze for some reason.
Okay,
I
no
don't know.
worries. Folded around, I limped. He
I limped,
called
yeah.
or checked. I min bet the flop.
I think we just check call. Betting is
true,
not terrible.
I
but
agree with you,
with the
Zidane.
9 and hearts, we don't really want to fold.
Agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, in the 550s, I don't think
blocker,
I don't think
do
people
block, like,
check
9-7
their
and
kings and
like
aces
bunches.
enough in these spots.
But I don't know if I want to be turning my hand into
Like
a bluff or the river.
they just want to get value from
but
like
versus a limping range.
Sevens, fives,
I guess
sixes.
queen high is still good sometimes.
Καλώς το
But on
kid.
this board, I don't think it's
On this
good.
board, it's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
Like all his
Άραξε, kid μου
bluffs,
κάνε
like even
καφεδάκι.
7-8 that calls the flop, maybe checks the turn.
Φυσικά-
Is not bluffing, is getting there.
Yeah.
So I
Φυσικά δεν
guess
ξέρω
if you want to bet,
αν
like,
σε
do you bet your
ενδιαφέρουν
6-6
γιατί είσαι
in this spot?
κασάκιας εσύ, αλλά
I
άμα,
don't think so.
If you have
άμα
a hand
βρεις
like
κάτι.
king 6.
I guess maybe because I can get some value from some 5x. 9-5 maybe. 10-5.
So what's your worst hand you value bet here in this spot?
Probably king 6.
King 6?
Yeah. Maybe ace 5. Because I do like beat some of his 5x. What's the worst hand you value bet? Matrix?
I didn't see the hand. I was talking to the chat. I didn't see how it got played though. Check, 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 check.
No, I limped in. He checked. I min bet the flop. He called, and then it check turn, check river.
We have to bet river.
Yeah. What? No, but what's the worst hand? Worst value hand you're betting the river with?
Because we don't have a lot of strong value, right? Like if we have a flush on a turn, we always bet. If we have a 4x, we always bet. So our range is pretty weak.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to find a lot of thin value bets to make queen 9 a profitable bet on the river. Because otherwise we just bluff a lot
But
and don't have value.
4 makes a straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we do bet our straights on the turn.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously we check back the river, but I think I would like the worst hand probably 5x, like queen 5.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Thank you, buddy.
But I would go for, I wouldn't go too big.
Yeah, I think the worst hand I'm like value betting is probably ace 5 because I like 5-7 dominated, 5-9, and then.
But I would bet here on the river.
Yeah.
As played.
With the queen 9.
I mean,
So what's his sizing then? I think it's a very interesting spot. Like we target a king high float, ace high float.
Yeah, like
and some
deuce x, 3x that may not call. I would go for maybe 4.5. Because we could have we still have some flushes that check the turn. I guess we don't. No, I think we bet our flushes because we want to build the pot. But we
still has the 4 in his range.
But we do have some 2 pairs,
And the problem with big betting is, like we said, we have a lot of thin value bets, right? Like we have a lot of like, ace 6, ace 5, maybe a hand like, 10-6. So we don't have strong value, and he knows that because we checked the turn. So I think we have to size down, but like a midi size, like 3 blinds, right?
Yeah.
So not too big, so we can still value bet our like, queen 5 suited.
I think we only we only rep a hand like 5-8.
Yeah, and we don't try to make him fold a good pair.
3.
He's never gonna fold a 5, a 6, and 8.
Yeah.
We might fold some deuce x, some 3x, but we mainly target king highs, ace high floats.
Exactly.
Cool.
But checking is not bad either because we do have, showdown equity. He still has a lot of hands we beat.
I don't know, man.
Go through
Feels
his
like
hand
we
already?
don't beat any hand. Like, what hands do we beat? We don't beat a 3x, we don't beat a 4x. Like, we lose versus ace high, queen high. So he has to
But
float a hand like jack 10 and doesn't bluff it.
But he should only really have like the weaker ace X. He should be raising his like ace 10 plus.
Yeah, for
Shouldn't he?
sure. For sure.
We don't beat enough. True.
But he might not. You never know.
Mostly 10x. 10x. We do block 9x. But he checks back, so. Yeah, it's not a lot. I like the check back here.
I think it's like a toss up between like 4xing and checking.
I think
I was really hoping that he c-bets, man. I wanted to see you float your queen 7. I wonder if you do it on the flop. Like, so many good backdoors, right?
I think if I have like 12 tables open, I'm probably not floating.
Yeah,
But
you probably
if
miss
I
it.
have like if I have like 8 tables, I'll think more about floating.
The thing about floating here, he's gonna have a lot of one time and give ups. So you just check back the turn and just bet any river and he just folds.
But we have to bet the river. I don't know why we checked.
Because I don't know what like how many worse hands. I guess there's
Ace
like
high,
maybe...
ace high, king high may call you. You know, like ace deuce, clubs.
Deuce, yeah.
Yeah, and what hands is he beating you with, right? Like,
Pair
what's
of,
his
pair of fours. Pair of fours are gonna call. Pair of fives sometimes they wanna limp.
Only hands he has that beat me are like king 7, ace 7, and...
Yeah, and they should value bet as well versus 2-6 and 7x. So we just have to value bet, and we probably go a little bit bigger, so like 2.5 blinds here. We are
Just
pretty
a little
polarized.
bit more polarized, yeah.
Yeah. You could even pot bet this one, or even overbet. Like, overbetting these spots is kind of fun because they just talk themselves into a call way more.
Yeah.
Because this makes no sense. Him betting 4 blinds now, and he's just capped, so he's just gonna call ace 5. So yeah, these spots, overbetting these spots with only value is pretty nice.
Because
Doesn't
we have
matter.
so many bluffs. Like
yeah, we have like the missed hearts. We have
10,
the
10 6, 10 5, 10 whatever. You know, we have everything.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
guess
if
we're
we have
betting
these
queen 10. Yeah, we're
bluffs.
betting
Yeah.
queen 10 on the flop.
We betting hard draws, low hard draws. We also bet on the turn, right? Like, we checked flop and turn.
So yeah, we just play our hand like it looks like cuck. Like we have absolutely nothing. So I guess we are
Absolutely
getting
nothing,
called
yeah.
by like the ace and king highs.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter to balance these spots because they just still call, because it makes no sense for them.
Yeah, we still call if even he's bad if we have 3 4 of hearts. Like we do have a lot of bluffs. I still call with a hand like 4 5 of hearts, 3 4 of hearts. The backdoor.
Yeah.
I float really wide in these spots.
But he checked it flop.
He
It was
didn't
check, right?
he didn't bet? Okay.
No, he just gave up.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Zombie said I wish he bet. Okay. Sorry.
No, yeah, he wished he bet to see if I would float or not.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
He's testing my gangster. Ace 5 off, you're just folding here, right?
Yeah.
Versus jam.
And a freeze out for sure. And a bounty we call.
Yeah.
Exactly, Zidane. Like I know you're working on BVB as well because we spoke about it on our Discord
right, you wanna bet
group.
smaller here?
And
I guess it's such a dry board.
And it's
such a dry board. We have it basically.
All right, good luck.
To check back.
I was just gonna say that
again, like GTO
that many bad turn cards.
We can make so many chips by improving our BVB game because that's where most of our game is. Like if we like
he's not gonna float 7-8.
Like whenever.
Yeah, I mean
if he
like most of the times we play a pot.
Or clubs,
like the biggest
but
percentage of playing any pot is from the big blind.
Yeah,
so it's big blind versus under the gun, big blind versus mid position. So
But yeah, we just bet like 1.
if we focus on the how to play the big
It's
blind,
very, very tiny.
it's really profitable.
Yeah, for sure.
Really
Calling
profitable.
here. We 3-bet some like king 5
Small
off.
blind
and
needs to play
also, like,
quid.
jack 5 off,
Honest,
queen 5
true,
off.
true. Like
interesting.
So we are also very polarized again. Like we either have it or we don't. We're not gonna 3-bet a hand like 7-8 suited here, right?
Yeah.
most people don't know how to play the small blind. Like they always see bet. They limp bet.
Thought that was an open and not an all in.
They don't check their top pairs enough. You know.
Sizing wise is fine.
It's okay, yeah. But like GTO is never doing that because so many draws, so many floats. So
is GTO just checking or?
they check or big bet for sure.
Who are we playing against? I don't see cards. Oh, okay.
Folded the big blind.
Okay.
They just folded, yeah. Like in these spots, it's nice to bet because they are not good enough to raise a hand like Jack 10 with a backdoor, 7-8 with a backdoor, 3-4, Ace-4, Ace-3. They just either call or fold, and then it's good to small bet to realize your equity. But like if they notice that you small bet not a single strong hand on this board, and they have all the strong hands, they can just check raise you, and you just have to fold a lot. But again, in a 550, this all doesn't matter, and you can just small bet and be fine with it. Because he's still gonna fold a hand like Queen 8.
Yeah, they're just playing so face up.
Exactly. But we just have to be careful versus a good player, because this bet can get exploited very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a hand like kings, you're just not gonna 1/3.
Yeah, it's true. I'm gonna like size down to give room.
And these spots we don't want to bet, because we don't want to fold.
We don't want to bet
basically.
fold, yeah.
Yeah. So he can just check raise us, or like not even check raise, but like raise our bet, 2-bet our bet, and then we have to fold. And that's such a disaster with king high and a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So we just check call and then see what's up on the turn.
So true. Probably get more value out of him.
Maybe. I don't know if you call flop and turn, but maybe.
Like he wasn't supposed to win, to lose. The way like Queen 4 guy wasn't supposed. Like
Yeah.
like if I was in
You
his
should raise.
position, I bet call. When you check,
You start firing.
I probably check. I probably check back. But when you check again, definitely betting the 5 because that's what I'm repping. Like
It's
what
so
did
hard
I-
for him to win with Queen High at Showdown.
Yeah.
But
I
then
mean,
again, it was a limp pot, so I do have like 6-3, like 6, like probably not 10-6, but like Jack 10, 9-10.
Yeah, I think in this spot, the big mistake is not the turn and the river. I think the big mistake from his perspective is the flop. He should just raise, because
Yeah,
we are not gonna min bet our strong value hands. Like we are pretty capped as well. Like, we're
And
not
he has
gonna
like
6-9, 6-4, 8-7, 7-5.
he has some good turn cards that he can barrel too and
Yeah, he
apply
has
pressure.
great equity with this hand.
exactly with
And he just
the
wants,
backdoor flush draw as well.
yeah, he just wants us to fold like king, queen, ace, ace X. These type hands. And he can put so much pressure on us because we are pretty capped with this one big blind bet.
What do you think about the sizing here?
I think it's okay. I would
I thought
probably
versus
size
cutoff.
up.
Yeah, I thought versus cutoff, like he's gonna be flatting like a lot of pairs, so I can get like value from like his 6s, 7s, 8s.
Do you think he flats pocket 8s?
He's probably jamming pocket 8s to be, now that I think about it.
I think I want to go bigger.
Yeah, I think I want to go slightly bigger, not
Or-
too big. I don't want to go like 5. I want to go like 2.6
Oh,
to 3x.
2.6, right? Really? Why?
I just want to deny him his equity, but also give him a decent enough price that he isn't scared with a 9x.
Yeah, it's a fairly dry board too.
But he's gonna float all his suited broadways, all his suited
He should jam those.
ASX. Yeah, he should
really
jump pre.
But he's not gonna do it in a 550, so he definitely has all the broadways. But if he has a hand like King, Jack, and Spades, he's not gonna float that.
Yeah.
If he has a hand like even King, Jack, and Hearts, I see a lot of players in the 550. They see the flop, say, "I don't have a pair, I fold."
Yeah, they do
So
that a lot.
yeah, we
They
don't
make
have to go that
decisions
big.
based on their hand strength, and not like versus their opponent's range or their
And
perceived range.
yeah,
I think they float a lot with broadways, even offsuit, king queen. Like maybe a king will come, or maybe he doesn't have anything and he will check the turn, and then I can barrel. I don't know. I'm not this. I'm just saying this is a 550. That
I think
our hand
think the-
needs protection as well.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is like the stack size he has. I don't think he can float very wide because like it just puts too much pressure on his stack. I think he started the hand with like 25 big blinds,
Mm-hmm.
so he's just gonna like start bleeding off his fold equity.
yeah, and we block the floats with the 10s. We block Jack 10, Queen 10 type hands.
Oh, welcome back then.
So he has to float a hand like Queen Jack, King Queen.
I would like
Now,
to.
what's
I
your,
would like
what's your
to talk
bottom here?
to talk to you about that seminar one day, Zidane. I would like to know a little bit more. Not right now, but
Probably Ace Jack.
like to know
Probably Ace Jack, yeah. I would just
some
call
stuff.
fold. No,
No, call
jamming is
fold?
fine. Jamming is fine.
Yeah.
I thought he had like 40 blinds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he should jam really tight.
I am
because
pro.
He's gonna get
Pros
called by
pro.
the
Thank you for the follow, buddy.
0
Welcome.
byte stack, basically. So he's not gonna jam a hand like Jack 10 suited here, because he has to win the all in, right?
Yeah, so true. And there's like he's jamming into like a lot of people too, like 6 people.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Ace Jack is even a fold versus that range because it's such a specific spot where he
Yeah.
should be very tight and is not jamming all his broadways that we can get ahead and just fold
Like,
Ace Jack off.
is he jamming like ace 9?
Yeah, exactly. Is he jamming like Ace 5 suited? And if he's not, then our value goes down a lot with Ace Jack off.
I think I would jam ace 5 in his position, suited.
Yeah, he might not see the 0.5 big blind stack, right?
Yeah.
And then his range is just a normal range, and then we perform very well.
I should probably be limping here, or do you prefer the fold?
I prefer the fold for sure. We just, yeah. Limping gives away our hand. I'm really not a big fan of limping weak hands too much.
Yeah.
I'd rather
spots.
open it than.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we can open this one
Yeah,
sometimes.
7-handed I should probably be opening. For like 8-handed I think I should fold, but
Quickly playing. Yeah, it's 20-ish effective. Middle position.
Yeah, the big
it's
blind's
an
really
open.
tight, right? But we don't know that maybe.
It's an open.
I mean, he plays 13 effective, right?
yeah.
13 VPIP, I mean. The big blind.
Yeah, VPIP. That's raised. Here's his VPIP 23.
23. I mean, I guess he's pretty aggressive then. 23 is pretty aggressive. But yeah, I
No,
think we can just
like
open
it's only 44 hands.
Yeah, and I think like, well, I guess like with GG I don't really get the HUD, so I don't really know any of these numbers.
I mean, you do get the VPIP on GG.
Yeah, you do get the VPIP, true, and how hot they're running. Some great information. Oh, he's hot, fold.
He has to lose all in now. He won like 4 in a row. Did we just call this hand?
Yeah, we defended the big blind. It's like 1.2 big blinds, getting 8 to 1.
It's fairly close. I wouldn't personally defend 5 off. 5
You would
off.
just fold.
Yeah, and defend 5, 6, 6, 7, 7,
Okay.
8.
I'm not getting married to like one pair hands, but if I do like pick up like a combo draw, different story. Like I'll probably like might start applying pressure, or I mean like I'll still have like if I have like two pair or some shit like that, I'm definitely gonna start like throwing chips in the middle. But like I don't know. I just figured like I'm getting like such a great price, and like I've had spots like this where I fold and the flop comes like 3-4-4, and I'm just like so
Yeah,
I
but we
don't
just have so many better hands to call with,
yeah, it's
like all
true.
the suited hands.
Suited, yeah. I just figured the
Uh,
1.2 bigs doesn't really do like change my stack very
can,
much.
can we go back to the previous hand? I just want to see because I was
Yeah.
wondering. What the calling, and I wanted to because they all put it in. I yeah, 10 off. See, can we see the how
Probably is king
the
queen,
showdown?
Oh yeah.
king queen, king jack maybe.
What?
Ace
Wow.
king.
Wow.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
That's pretty awful.
that's terrible. Nice hand though.
Yeah, he won, so perfect play.
He owned all of us. That's min maxing.
Do you know when you are in the money in this tournament?
It's a good question. I'm not too sure, to be honest.
Okay.
I should next time I should be taking note of like what blind level we're in the money. One chip, suited 10,
Yeah, we call.
floating.
I would go all in for sure. Put the
check
pressure on them.
check jam.
Yeah, just donk the flop.
We block pocket 10s and pocket 5s. I mean 20 big blinds, I think, just jamming to some jamming like a lot of
Okay.
other hands.
Yeah, this is like a spot you wanna go exploitative and go like 6 blinds.
Yeah.
I know it screams like aces, but it doesn't matter. They
Yeah,
just
they're not even thinking about that.
It's
yeah, exactly.
a good thing you brought it up because I always hate. I'm hoping they have a pair they can call
Hmm.
because they call the eight.
What pairs do you think they call?
Probably like 7s plus.
They I think they call wide 9, even
Well,
with sevens. Yeah,
it's most of his stack, so
and in
I don't think he's gonna be calling that wide.
the 550s, they even call with horse.
Oh yeah, well, we've lived it.
They'll call you with
Yeah,
king queen suited, jack suited.
I've seen people call with like deuce 3 suited.
I mean, okay, this is an exception, but like population call you with
Oh yeah.
broadways because they think, oh, he has a pair of eights, hence he flip that.
Hmm.
They never think you have ace, but
The problem is we block all the like ace queen, ace jack
exactly,
type hands that are
exactly.
gonna call. So I wonder like if overcalling can ever be. Probably not. I don't want to play four ways with aces.
yeah. But you
Out
just
of
want to go
position,
very
it
small.
sucks.
I know it sucks and it's super unbalanced, but like you just want to make give them some rope.
Yeah,
If you
give them a
jam,
chance to make the mistake.
yeah. Like if he's a punter, he's still gonna get in with like Jack 10.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. But like if you give him a great price and he might, pay like I don't know, King 10 suited, it's great for you.
yeah,
Even if he pays just 4 big blinds more, it's great for you.
And you
yeah. If
just
I
And you
make it,
can always check
and
the flop.
check check the flop or jump. It's for heavy.
like if I make it 6.5 and they both call, I have a like less than a pot size shove too.
Like,
So
Yeah. You could
like,
even go smaller, man. You could even go like 5 blinds. Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
like
Of course
what
you only do it with aces, but doesn't matter. They don't know that.
zombie? What flops do you check and what flops jump? You just
All
jump.
the I'm not gonna jam any flop to be honest. I'm gonna small bet, like I'm gonna bet like 3 blinds. If I bet like 6 blind or pre-flop, I go like 6, and then I bet like 3.5 blinds maximum. But I'm gonna check every flop that doesn't have a 10x plus. So like if the flop is like 7, deuce, 6, I'm gonna
So
check.
lower than 10, you're checking.
Yeah, because he's gonna jam his like pairs.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna check back his like Jack 10, King 10, King Queen, and I really want the value from like King 10, King Queen. And if he has a pair, he's just gonna jam.
So how about King Jack 10?
Yeah, then I just go 1/3 ish.
Interesting.
But you're gonna get it in no matter what, right?
Yeah, for sure.
How about
Even if it's like 6, 7,
how about
8, all spade, I still get it in.
how about monotone boards like 5, 6, 7 of spade?
Yeah, I'm just not folding the flop. Sure, if the turn is like another spade, I'm just like,
Are
ugh.
we just open ripping on the monotone boards?
Uh,
Just to deny equity or
sorry,
like
Nick,
realize
ευχαριστώ που μου το είπες γιατί το ξεχάνω. Γιατί μιλάω από εδώ στα
No, I
παιδιά,
don't think so.
αλλά
Because like
άμα πάω
he
λίγο
either has a
μακριά από
flush
το
or he doesn't.
μικρόφωνο δεν ακούγομαι.
So it doesn't really make sense to deny equity. Like with aces, we have great equity versus like king 10, no spade. Right? And if he has a flush, we have terrible equity. So open jamming doesn't really make sense in these spots. But yeah, this is like a spot a lot of players I think fuck up and are like, I'm not bluffing in this spot. I'm always jamming all my hands, so I have to jam aces. And it makes sense versus regs. But if you just don't know the players, just go for the exploit.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is like the last level of late reg because you come in with 10 bigs. You start with 50k. It's 2500 5k.
Okay, yeah.
You go backwards.
Nice. Nice check back. Just so dry.
Yeah, blocking all the top pairs, so he can't really have much. Just jam for value.
We just jam for value. If he has 10-9 or king 10, he's just like GG. But he might
Exactly.
have queen jack, queen 8, 8 deuce.
He has a lot of calling hands.
Yeah. Even though we never bluff again, but
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Did he fold?
Yeah, he folded.
He folded, yeah. This is probably not an open.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Even on
okay,
40,
but like
40 bigs.
yeah, but like everyone is like 20 blinds.
Did you limp?
No, I opened.
Oh.
I figured I blocked like kings, ace king, ace jack.
Can we go one back, please?
Certainly.
So, good point, Zombie. Like, they have, I mean, not everyone. Like, one player is 11. Two other players have 20, also jamming stacks. And then 11 and 30 big blinds. What is your opening range here? Does it change, like, later stage of the tournaments? Like, what if he had 9-10 suited? Do you open 9-10 suited? Or do you, like, don't we need to have do we adjust our range? And how do we adjust our range? Because I still open, you know, queen 9 suited, 10 jack suited, 9-10 suited.
Okay, like these suited hands, like these low suited hands go down in value. A hand like 8-7 in diamonds is much worse than king queen. Just because we want to make top pairs and then get it in. Okay, so hands like pocket 5s, pocket 6s, pocket 4s go all down in value because with these hands we can make a set, but we can't make a good top pair. So you rather open king jack off than pocket 5s in this spot. Or like you rather open king jack than like 6-7 suited. You want to basically block the top range, so like kings, jacks, ace king, and you want to unblock, you know, the lower suited connectors.
So if we were to construct a range or adjust our existing range, let's say 20 effective, and it's under the gun. What would you take out? Like, would you take out 10-9 suited, jack 9 suited, queen 9 suited, king 9 suited? You take the 9x out?
I think I'm opening a lot of 9x. Definitely king 9 and queen 9 I'm always opening in this spot because, like, again, we block the king x, we block the queen x. I mean, raise your edge I know is like opening 10-9, jack 9,
Hmm?
but is folding some ace x, like ace deuce, ace 4 suited, folds
Yeah,
under the gun.
yeah. Ace deuce to ace 4 suited.
And also, like, I just checked the range. It's also 7-8 suited we fold, 6-7 we fold,
Yeah,
9-8 we
all
fold.
the 8s, 7s.
Yeah, but a hand like ace 10 offsuit gets more valuable. Again, for the
Like,
same reason we want to make top pairs.
and also folds 6s and below.
Yeah.
So you just open 7s plus. King jack off is 50% open.
Yeah, pretty marginal.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it. You can do it.
Like
I
if
guess
it,
I guess it all depends on how the table's playing too. Like if
yeah,
they're three betting a lot, I'm probably folding here. But
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I had a really soft table yesterday on the 550 Moz, and I was just at one point I was opening any two. I exploited that.
yeah, you had like 150 like 50 bigs for like 2 hours.
Did you see me opening any
money.
two? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, nobody's three betting me. I'm just gonna open, and then I start three betting any two as well.
Mm.
I was
I
making
mean,
so
you don't
many
have to
chips.
win every hand just because you are the big stack. I
No,
think
but
that's a pretty big.
but everyone was folding. I wasn't even raising, and then I noticed that everybody was folding to the big blind. Limp, check, 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 check. No action. So I started. I just started making chips. You like, if somebody jumps, I just fold. If somebody three bets, I just fold. If somebody opens, I just three bet and I take it down.
Yeah, that works as long as you throw down like the jack 5 offsuit bird one time.
Yeah.
And then it never works again.
Yeah.
That's so true. Are we just
We just
jamming
jam.
like yeah?
Easy jam.
Unlucky.
Oh, what a river. Insane. Pretty good call by him though.
Yeah,
Don't expect that too much in a 550.
for real.
But yeah, it's a pretty good call.
Oh, that's a good point, Zidane. Because
20 big blinds. I guess I'm just checking. I think
your
my only
Broadway
play versus limp is
hands
jam or
are
check.
probably crushed,
Or
right?
am I like
So
ever
you
four
rather
Xing?
have 5, 6, 7, 8.
Not
I guess
your hand, for sure.
I guess like with
Our
my
hand is
value
okay.
hands, I'm only like.
And also they yeah,
Xing.
they're much better.
I mean, you do have
They
bluffs
perform
here
better
in
with
the big blind, right?
Yeah.
What are your bluffs
big
in the
pairs
big
as
blind
well.
here? For 20 blinds.
Probably my Broadway combos. Am I doing it with 9-10 suited? Like my like suited connectors? Or like I guess I could
Do you
just
mean
check
now?
and realize equity.
Do you mean jam or 3x?
I'm thinking jamming for 20.
So okay, do you have a 3x range here? So like if he limps and you 3x his limp.
Yeah, probably like ace queen, ace king, ace jack, ace 10.
How do you balance that?
I guess with some. Good question.
You basically balance it with like these trash hands that are connected. A hand like 9-5 offsuit, 8-5 offsuit, 6-7 offsuit. Those wanna raise because
Okay.
they get immediate folds from his limping range. A hand like queen deuce suited might limp fold,
Mm-hmm.
right? A hand like queen 5 off might limp and folds. So you wanna be again very polarized. Again, you don't wanna ISO raise 10-9 suited here, jack queen jack suited. You either wanna jam or check. You don't wanna raise fold. That would be a disaster.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, like you're pretty strong or you're very weak. So like 6-5 off, 5-4 off, 7-5 off. These type of hands.
Got you. You value like do you like I mean
Yeah,
should
for
probably
sure
bet for
value betting.
protection.
Yeah.
Is like my sizing too small or like with the
No,
coordinated board?
no, for sure. It's a good sizing. You could even go a little bit smaller to get more calls.
Okay.
Nice check. And then you go big. Okay, we call.
Poor guy.
Wow. What a terrible jam by him. What is he doing?
For real. I guess he's just putting me on a king. Like, there's
That's
literally
pretty
nothing
silly.
else he should be putting me on that is jamming. Like if he thinks I have a club draw, he should just call.
How was the action on the hand?
I raised, he flatted. I check flop. I bet turn, and he just ripped it in.
Yeah, that's just awful. I mean, pretty lucky river for us, but
Yeah, very fortunate.
what do you do if he just calls?
If he just calls on the turn,
Yeah.
so
Good question.
I big at 375, so there's gonna be 14 in the pot. I mean, he's gonna have a pot size. I mean, I'm just probably. Do I trap? I think I'm just jamming, cause like I guess I do have some missed clubs on the by the river. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an interesting spot.
I think we don't we like we unblock clubs obviously. So he has the clubs. We don't, right? On this particular spot, but so it's he either has.
He doesn't have many clubs though, flatting on off of 20.
I mean, I don't know. It's he has. I think he has some bluffs. Like he doesn't have much here, so we want to check
Yeah, I should probably check.
the river because he has. We want him to turn his um I don't know.
Yeah, what are
misses?
his bluffs? That's the big question, right? Like if he has no bluffs, then checking is terrible.
Like ace five of hearts. We queen. I don't know. He doesn't have a lot, but maybe fours, sixes that he doesn't jump pre. To be
That's
honest,
also the question, right? Like he has 20 blinds. He's probably just jamming sixes, sevens, eights, nines,
yeah.
tens.
So he only has fives, four, threes, deuces, and aces, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, but he loses his fives. We lose versus deuces.
on the river. Like you said, what do we do on the river if he just calls, right?
Exactly.
So we just, I would check, like what worse is calling us here, like he doesn't have. Obviously, he doesn't have a lot of king X combos, right?
Yeah, but what are his bluffs? That's like the big question. If he has less bluffs, or like let's say he has 0 bluffs on the river, right? And he only has value bets, then why don't we just jam and
We're
get
just
called
jamming.
by the good value hands and by the weak value hands? A hand like Queen Jack and clubs is probably checking back the river, but is calling our jam. A hand like maybe like Jack 10 in clubs, or like Ace Jack, or like Ace 5, Ace 4, Ace 3, that
Yeah.
puts you on like a weak flush draw.
You know what? I mean, these spots, I lose so much value because I just jam. You know.
I think we jam.
Yeah, but it's like a spot where they shouldn't have very many bluffs, and if they have very many bluffs, they're just gonna have like value hands. So we're just better off jamming because they're calling, and they will call with some ace highs, I guess, or like weaker like ace five, ace deuce. They might call with those types of hands. I don't know about ace highs. I think like a lot of
he's
the
not
better
gonna have a
ace
lot
highs
of ace
he
high.
has. I think a lot of the better ace highs he has, he just jams pre, like ace 10 plus.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lot.
Hijack.
He doesn't have a lot. I mean,
yeah, like I guess he played his hand in a way where he doesn't have very many bluffs, so we should just be jamming.
Yeah.
Like there's no point trapping.
True.
Yeah, but it's good to think about if he has a lot of bluffs. But I think on the jack he doesn't.
Like you said, he'll have like the queen jack like suited type combos where he's just gonna call.
Maybe ace five of hearts, if ace five of spades.
Spades. Yeah, exactly. And we just try to get called by these hands. But I don't expect him to have like pocket eights in these spots.
He just jams
be jamming them.
That's why range awareness is so important, man.
Just breaking down ranges.
Like how do you improve? Look at that. Forex. Reminds
He
me
just
of
wants to get it
ACR.
in versus the big blind.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's not bad. Not that
And
bad.
yeah, fives should definitely be jamming pre-flop as
Yeah.
well.
Like you
Like,
need
it's pretty
you
bad
need to
to just
protect
call.
that hand.
Yeah, and you just deny so much equity from our range. Like you win versus King Jack, but
I
you
have to,
lose it post flop.
yeah, I have to fold a lot of my ace X that I'm opening.
Yeah, and all the broadways. Sure, you get crushed by the pairs, but that's okay.
Exactly. With ace X you have like, or I guess we're talking about fives, but like if you have an ace X that you're jamming, you have like 30% versus like queens, kings, jacks.
What is your calling range there when you open and he jumps 20 bigs in that particular spot? Like what was it, like hijack to cut off?
Yeah. I'm probably calling ace jack suited plus, ace queen off, and then sevens plus.
About ace 10 suited.
I think ace 10 suited is for sure a call. Even
Yeah.
ace 10 offsuit is a call,
Interesting.
probably. It depends on him. If he's a regular, he's gonna jam all the broadways. If he's a fish, he's not gonna jam all the broadways. And that really depends, right? If he jams all the broadways, so like all the Jack 10 suited, Queen 10 suited, King 10 suited, then we just print money with ace 10 off.
Mm.
But if he doesn't, we don't print money because then he mainly has like ace king, ace queen, ace jack.
Because I had
And
the
then
exact same spot and I folded ace 10, remember? Zombie, I put it on the
Yeah.
Discord. And I kind of figure out, that I need to start thinking about, working on these spots. They're so important in the late game, especially in the late game.
Yeah.
Spots.
Yeah. And
It's where all the
it was
money's
like,
made.
yeah, it was like cutoff versus small blind, right?
Yeah.
You opened for like 15 or 16 blinds and got rejammed on
Yeah.
and just folded. Yeah, these spots we just have to call. We just have to pray and call.
I'm wondering
Like
in like spots like that, I just rip a lot, like with the 15 bigs. I'm wondering if that's like, if I'm just better off raise calling.
with ace 10,
Yeah.
yeah, you're better off raise calling because they have more bluffs. So like if you jam, he's not gonna bluff jam a hand like Jack 10.
Yeah.
He's just gonna fold.
True.
But if you open it, he bluff jams, and he's still gonna call his strong value that calls anyways, like a
You,
hand like ace jack or ace queen or ace king.
like your only open jumps from cutoff, let's say, or button are low pairs. Like
I do it with some Broadway combos too, just for balance. Cause like if I'm only jamming my low pairs, then it's easy for people just to call their Broadways and still
I,
raise
I,
with me.
I was saying the same thing to Zombie for like a million times, but his response was, I mean, you can reply to that, Zombie.
Now you put me on the spot. I don't know. What did I
No,
say?
no, I'm not putting you on the spot. I mean, remember when I said, well, we cannot only jam our deuces, threes, and fours there. We will be exploited, right? And
Yeah, they don't see our cards.
exactly, that's what he says all
They
the time.
don't see our cards. They don't know our range. They don't know our strategy. Like, sure, we can talk about it now, but in game, they don't know.
Unless you
Like,
are
it's the same
streaming
with
your
the
game.
aces. It's just like they don't know. Just still do, yeah, doesn't matter.
No, I think he's right.
Yeah, he's. If anyone's gonna be right in this situation, it's probably Zombie.
Yeah, I mean, what are they gonna do with a hand like ace nine off, like ace seven that flips well versus deuces and threes?
I think they just have to fold like the ace nine versus like the 15 big blind jam, but like they'll call the stronger ace X.
Yeah, calling off ace X isn't even bad. Like offsuited
Yeah.
strong ace X, like ace 10, ace 9, is better than like calling king queen. Because the same thing applies again. We dominate the broadways, we dominate some ace X, and we flip versus pairs. And we have the ace as kicker, so we can suck out on kings and queens and jacks and tens easily.
Yeah.
While if you have like king queen, we are just toast versus kings.
By the way, guys, you are ever interested into getting coached by Zombie, just take this questionnaire. Zombie will see your.
Classic open jam for 26. Perfect. Pretty terrible. Like this is like 10s plus. Yeah.
He's too good. This guy's too good. Don't forget to sign up for coaching, guys.
I just
Yeah,
I was just saying the same thing on the
yeah,
chat.
it's so obvious what they do. Like there's
Yeah.
like scared with 10s, don't want to see a flop, want to get it in now, so they just jam.
They just do it.
10s,
They do it
9s,
with jacks as well. You know?
yeah.
They're like,
Ace
oh, I don't want to
queen,
get
ace
flatted.
queen.
I don't want to get
Exactly.
flatted, so I'm just gonna rip.
Do you
Like,
adjust? Do you adjust your calling range versus these guys? I mean, I mean, okay, now we've seen the hand, but what do you call here?
Yeah, probably like ace king plus.
Yeah, I don't think I'm calling ace queen because like
How about
they're
the
just jamming.
How about
They
eights,
jam ace king here a lot.
eights and nines? Do you ever call? Do you fold nines here? In this spot?
9s is close, but I think I fold 9s if I have no read on him. If the read is of course like he's jams any 2, then we call. Like maybe he's steamed. You never know. But like
Yeah.
if it's the first time, I give him some respect and just fold.
Yeah.
Like we never jam under the gun for like more than 14 lines. Everyone that is doing that is pretty bad. In non-bounty tournaments, and he jams like under the gun for 16 lines, you
They're
can
just scared.
insta-mark him as fish. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not good.
Scared
Even
money.
a hand like 10s, you just want to min-raise and deuce.
Yeah.
You don't fold, but you min-raise and deuce.
You're not, because like you're not getting called by the worst pairs. You're just like folding out worse and getting called by better or hands that have equity.
Yeah, it's so bad. And let's
should
say
open.
you jam and like 2 players get it in. Now you can't fold your 10s anymore. While if you just open and you face a jam and a rejam, you can just fold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just jam.
How do we fade? Or how do none of them have a diamond?
Nice hand. I mean, the pocket force jam is pretty awful as well.
Yeah.
Like you have no fold equity really versus the 3 blind stack.
That was
Like you
just
put in 3 blinds, right?
that was a pure gift.
I think this one is an open.
Yeah.
Of our stack.
The suited combos, I should probably be opening here.
Like 10-5 we for sure open 10-5 suited.
Mm-hmm.
10-4 is pretty marginal. I mean, yeah, I would probably just open it.
Fair enough.
Raise your edge says 10-6 plus. 20 big blinds effective.
But it's not really.
It's like
25, 30.
Closer to 30.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, then then it's definitely an open 10-4. 100%. You just fold to a 3-bet.
It's interesting that the deeper they are, the wider you open.
Classic 7x open. Love to see it.
I guess I can't label them. I won't see it.
Yep. What do you do here? Oh, fold.
Yeah, I just peel.
I like to 3-bet here. 3-bet fold. Like you don't even have to make it 10 big blinds. You can make it 7.5. Does the same job. 8.
Okay.
And then if the pre-flop aggressor jumps, you just fold.
That is true. I was just wondering what his flatting range is on like 27.
What do you think, Zombie?
I think we jam or yeah. I don't know if he 3-bet fold king queen off. Feels pretty shitty to be honest. Because like he's still gonna jam like jacks and 10s and type hands. I don't know. I'm probably just in game. I'm probably just calling.
Like
But
if
like
this guy was
jamming
deeper,
is not terrible.
I think it would be a different story for 3-betting. But like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think if he has like 26 or 25 blinds, we always jam king queen.
Yeah, but he has 30. That's why I would go for
3-bet fold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure about this spot.
Let me check.
Yeah, we just have to raise here to like
Fish
4 blinds.
alert! Fish
Yeah.
alert!
You just give him all the odds. Now he can also check back. That's also bad for us. And he just has ace 10 too much in this spot, or like ace 5, ace 8. Now we
Yeah, and
lose.
I just allow him to realize his equity.
Yeah, king 10. Yeah, if you raise, he still calls king 10 probably.
Yeah.
Mm.
Still has like pairs plus gut shot type hands.
He'll probably call 2 streets and then give up fold on river.
And he's also calling your 3-bet. No?
I mean,
Yeah.
on the river we also just check fold, right?
Like imagine how much you. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, but imagine how much more you make on this particular spot if you 3-bet and he calls king 10 there. Just c-bet.
Mm.
You get it in. I mean, you're like if you 3-bet, is there a way that you won't get it in here? This flop.
Probably on the flop, probably not, because he should be 4-betting his like ace king, maybe even his ace queens.
I mean, ace queen is just call. You know.
Probably, yeah.
So how many ace queen combos does he have? We block the queen, so
So he's only
like 8. At,
yeah.
well, like even discount the ace.
I mean, ace queen is not a bad jam pre-flop. It's not a great jam. It's okay jam. Depends really on the big blind. Like sometimes you see big blinds that 3-bet never, then just never 3-bet. They have like 2% or 3% 3-bet, and then you know they just do it with top range. And then you see some big blinds have like 12%, and then you can jam ace queen.
How can you see that on the?
On GG you don't. Yeah.
I mean, not on GG, but how can you see that on your hat? Like, if he clicks on the hat, is there like a? Is there a?
Should be.
How do you see it on yours? You go to can you see? Oh, you see the 3-bet position 3-bet, right?
Yeah, I can go here, and it shows me 3-bet versus EP versus MP versus cutoff versus button versus small blind.
We cannot see it
We
because
cannot
And
see
then
it.
yeah,
and these are in the positions he's in up here.
yeah,
Small blind, big blind, EP.
we cannot see that because you're probably sharing the app.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm sharing the window.
yeah, you should be sharing the screen. If
Yeah,
we are to see.
I am sharing the screen. Cause like you see my desktop, right?
No,
No.
No.
it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. I don't want to. I don't want to do. So you just go to position by position and then you see it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really important. Like, of course, if you have no hut, it's gonna be difficult for you.
Yeah.
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 I guess you can make like some notes if you 1 table or 2 tables, but it's gonna be
Mhm.
difficult for you to
So
know if they
important to
three bet.
use a HUD right. So important.
The only thing you can do
Let me
is
see
like
if I can change this.
shark scope them and then like see if they are good.
Yeah, I do that
And
in,
have
in important tables. Like
yeah, but you don't have to, in my opinion, if you shark scope them and don't,
Okay,
think
there we
about
go.
the
That
stats.
should be. Now you
oh
guys can
yeah
see
yeah
it.
yeah yeah
Now
yeah.
we
Yeah.
can see it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I
There
don't
it is.
really have. I don't think I have any 3-bet stats on this guy.
How about your stats? Let's see your stats there.
It's only 200 hands.
Okay, I mean,
From the big blind versus EP, I mean 14.
I mean, we
Versus,
didn't see a lot of 3-betting.
yeah,
yeah.
not a ton.
Did we 3-bet bluff once?
Possibly once. I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
it's not even bad in a $5 tournament. You don't have to
Hmm.
be balanced.
Hmm.
I think like I'll be 3-betting more deeper in the tournament when like people are like more likely to be folding.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to pee it deep. And some people just can't help themselves.
I'm gonna take a 5-minute break, guys. I'm
I
gonna
just
I'm gonna
fold
leave
here.
you with them.
Just fold there, way too
I'll
big.
be right back.
No problem. Two-way.
Everyone calls.
Guy leads out. Probably just calling.
Yeah, just keep his range wide. Now I'm really looking forward to your sizing. What do you think
Don't.
about the spot?
I think I should probably be betting big to to like get value from the draws that he has, like the queen jacks, the ace queens, the ace jacks. I mean, I guess ace queen he might squeeze pre, and then some of the backdoors he has.
What do you
So
think is his strongest value hand in this spot? His strongest value hand. Do you think you are ever beat?
really think so. Maybe king 7 suited.
Yeah, we basically have the nuts here.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever
That's
really losing.
Yeah, exactly. Like if he has pocket fives, for example, he's just gonna big bet flop or big bet turn.
Yeah,
So
he's
many
gonna
draws out there.
Mm-hmm.
So we basically have the nuts, so we have to big bet.
Come
So
on,
like we bet like 13.
don't embarrass me.
Ah, that's terrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah, we just lose so much value. Oh, we check back the river too. Oh
Yeah,
no.
terrible.
Like he never has a flush if he checks the
Exactly.
turn and the river.
If he checked the turn and gets the clubs get there on the river and he has flushes, he's just betting for value, trying to get value
Yeah.
from like my top pairs.
Yeah, and he never has two pairs, well. Like
Yeah.
we just missed a lot of value there. And a lot of, like, we gave him free cards, right?
Free
Like
cards, free equity realization.
Exactly.
Should have just bomb turn and
Jammed river.
yeah.
Because he's still gonna have like king 8, king
Yeah.
5, king
Mhm.
jack, jack 10.
Jack 10, yeah. Queen 10.
Because he let out on the flop, so he's not a good player. Yeah, we just jam. Nice.
Oh, I didn't embarrass me this time.
At least he didn't have aces under the gun.
Yeah.
Was pretty scary if he raises off 12.
Yeah. If he has it, God bless him.
Yeah, I think it's
Probably-
okay to just give this one up.
Yeah.
Just like you have no backdoors really.
Yeah, if it was a jack of spades and instead of the diamond, I would probably like take a stab and like barrel like
What's the sizing here? If you want to bet.
on flop.
Yes.
Like if it's like the jack of spades, like not two diamonds.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm probably betting like 1/3.
1/3. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like again a spot where exploitative, you can go 1/3 and fold out like ace 5, queen 5 type hands. But like GTO is never doing that, so if you play against a good player, you just have to big bet.
Would queen 5 really fold though, like with a gutter?
Yeah, maybe he's not. But versus, yeah, for example,
I
if
guess like
we
king versus king 5 and shit like that.
yeah, if you small bet queen 5 calls, if you big bet queen 5 folds.
Mhm.
So that's why big betting is better. And we
Okay.
also protect ourselves from getting check raised wide. And like king jack doesn't check raise versus big bet, but does check raise versus small bet.
Mhm.
And yeah, if we have a strong hand, we just big bet, right? Like if you have jack 10, if you have pocket aces, if you have a straight, if you have 8-10, right? If you have pocket eights, all these hands just big bet the flop.
Yeah, we want to build the pot and try to go
Yeah,
for all the
so
money.
our bluffs should also big bet.
Mhm.
Because otherwise he can just exploit us if he sees small bet our bluffs, big bet our value, so I fold to big bet and raise small bet. Of course he doesn't see our cards, but it's pretty obvious what you have, I think. You have like a weakish hand. You just wanna put the fold now.
I'm like more or less done with the hand.
Yeah. I think it's a good check. Now we just big bet and just jam river. I think you bet too small again. Like
was trying
now
to
you
like
can't jam the river really.
Yeah, I guess if I make it like 3.5 and he calls, like it's still enough to like pot size shove river.
Yeah. And what is this sizing? What if you bet 2.5? What is calling that is not calling for like let's say 4 or 3.5?
Maybe like 9-10, or
Do
is
you
that
think he
still
calls
calling?
9-10?
Like versus like small bet versus big sizing. I think he's folding versus the big sizing with his 9-10s.
Do you think he calls for the small sizing with 10-9?
I mean, he'd be getting a better price, so I think he'd be more likely to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like he's not calling with 10-9 in these spots. He either bluffs or he just check folds with 10-9, I feel like.
Mhm.
We block a hand like Jack 9 as well.
True,
The
true.
same goes with like if he has like Jack 10, he's never folding, right? For any sizing.
Yeah.
So we get more value from that. We get more value from our Queen X.
Mhm.
And if he has a flush draw, he probably either check all ins on the turn or calls. If he has
Yeah.
like 3-7 in spades.
True, true.
So yeah, we just want a big bet and jam the river.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I think I remember this spot. I'm like, yo, 6 big blinds. I think I just like clicked auto fold once I saw like I thought it was like an open. And I just clicked auto fold, but I should probably be calling here for like 5 bigs. What are your thoughts?
I think we fold. Like
Yeah.
you see, we need 37%, and we
Mhm.
probably don't have that, to be honest. Like
You don't think we're live versus his hand? Like
we
eight.
might, but yeah, if he has 2 overs, we have like I don't know 34%.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just like too much variance. I think if he has 1 blind less, I think we have to call, or like 2 blinds less. It's fairly close, I think, but I think we fold.
Cool, cool. There's another spot here. You're gonna like laugh. A guy pump faked on like 4 big blinds and I folded the big blind. He just like made it 2.5x. I had like a cuck hand. I just folded. And then after I folded, I'm like, fuck.
The classic too many tables.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. Or it was just he did like the like 2.5x, and I'm just like, oh, I can't defend versus a 2.5x. I should probably open. I should probably
Yeah, for sure opening this one.
open. I would I have to call his jam like
No.
for 10.5?
You just min-raise fold this one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
I think
It's
the
not strong enough.
reason why I didn't open was because I'm like, this guy's just been jamming like 3 hands in a row, and he's probably just gonna rip it in on my open. Of course, that's not rational thinking. That's just fear.
Yeah.
Eight-handed, you're just folding under the gun one, or is this low jack? No, this is middle.
No.
Middle.
I think it's fine.
$24 bigs. This would probably be a
Calling.
decent spot. Yeah.
Yeah, these king 10 pipe hands are pretty strong versus button because again we just try to make top pair and just get it in.
Yeah.
And king 10 is pretty decent. It's not like super
Not
good,
like
but
yeah.
it's fine enough versus a button range, right? Like
Would
he's
you be
still
calling?
gonna
Would you call king 9 off?
no.
So
No.
king
I think
10's the
king 10
bottom.
is like the bottom, yeah.
Hmm.
I just checked raise your edge and raise your edge is jamming king 10 offsuit for 20 and is calling it or 3-bet folding for 30. So it's something like that. Yeah, now we have an easy fold. We call like 10s plus in this spot, 10s plus, ace king. Do you think this one is in the money already?
We should be 25K big blind. Definitely in the money.
Okay. Do you remember when you are final 2 tables or something? Like when the ICM game starts?
I'm pretty sure once I see like a couple of the hands play out, I'll like remember.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure I get short and then have to build it up and then get short again and have to build it up.
The spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I think we just have to call one. The
Call one.
sizing is just so small, and
Mhm.
yeah, good things can happen. did he have? With the limp jam. Sevens. Fair enough.
How many big blinds did he start with? I guess 15.
That's pretty wild. I'm not a big fan of his limp jam, but it's fair enough.
I would probably just raise fold if I were him.
Yep.
Yasuka Bigliotti Samu.
I think we just c-bet one blind
What's up,
here, or
guys?
1.2 blinds. Just get value from like 10x, gut shots, 3x,
You
deny
ever want to be
equity
coached by
from like queen 8 type
the
hands.
man, the legend,
And now you're kind of capped with your range, right? Now you force the river
Crusher,
probably.
Zombie? Just fill out the form. He's gonna check it out.
Still call it up.
Gonna reply to you.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Goss.
I mean, fair enough. What do you think about his range? What is his bluffing range on the river?
Make sure you give them a follow,
Why
guys.
did he call?
Streams
But like it
poker
really didn't make,
as well.
Personally, it just really didn't make sense for. I guess like he does have some ace X. But I just like figure like when he bets this small on the turn, he's not really going for any type of protection. And like there are some like bad rivers that like kill his action if he does have like a strong hand.
What is a bad river for him?
Like I guess a 4 or a 5 or an ace.
Why do you think this kills his action? Like, do we have a lot of straights as middle position opener?
No, but it'll be like better for his range, and like he's not going to get the value that he would if it comes out like a brick.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, because like I'll be more likely to call like with like my 10x if he has like a strong hand, like if he defended like say like ace 3. Like if it comes out like a 4 or 5, like I probably shouldn't be calling like the king 10.
Yeah, I think with the king 10 the problem is like we block his main bluff, which is like king queen king jack.
Yeah.
And on the river, like a lot of stuff gets there. Like
Mhm.
he might, this sizing feels like ace 5, ace 4 that just wants some value. And now, you know, it's 2 pair and wants some more value. Like
Just-
our range is pretty capped. Like he can never big bet with his strong value because we don't really have a lot. Like we either have a snap fold or like we have ace 5 pocket 5s. But pocket 5s should just c bet anyways.
Did
So
we
we
did we
have
see
ace
bet the
5.
flop?
I checked back.
No,
Oh,
checked back.
okay.
And then called the turn and then called the river.
That's,
I mean, I probably just in game I just fold. I feel like this sizing is pretty value heavy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would see bet though this flop, like 100,
Yeah, I think I just c bet
100%.
range except aces.
Yeah, probably double barrel as well, and then give up.
Why do you double barrel? Do you bluff? Or what's the reason for the double barrel on the turn?
A lot of people give up, and get some value from draws because he's gonna float his 3-4, his 3-5, and if I barrel big on the turn, I don't think he, I'm also getting value from these hands, and that he floats. We do have the range advantage. We have aces, we have tens, we have ace 10. Like, and people, like, even if he has ace 7 off, you could get him to fold that eventually. And a lot of, like, a lot
So you
of
bluff.
yeah,
So you bluff.
as a bluff,
like the very
because obviously it's not for value. We do get value from hands that float, but as a but mainly I'm doing it as a bluff because we obviously
we
we
just
don't
have to be very clear here, I think, to either value bet or bluff. we can't say we bluff versus ace-x, but we also get value from 3x.
Mainly for bluffs. Mainly, I'm playing my range because we are opening early position. I mean, what am I gonna do with? I mean, obviously we are connected, so check back is okay. But what am I gonna do with a pair of eights here or nines? Right? I want him to fold. I want him to fold his 10. So I just double barrel.
I thought this was like a decent candidate to bluff catch. Just because, like, he shouldn't have too many ace-x. I mean, I guess he has, like, the weaker ace-x, like the ace-deuce, ace-3, ace-4, ace-5, which he's probably never folding. But, like, he could definitely, like, start repping the ace once we check. Or at least attempting to.
I think the problem with our logic here on the turn that we double barrel is that we try to make a 10 fold, but we have a 10 beat. Like we have the best 10 in the deck, basically.
Yeah.
That is not 2-pair. So we don't have to make that fold. We just want value from that if we want to bet.
No, I'm talking about this spot in general, not in particular. I mean, obviously.
Okay.
Like what am I doing with a pair of sixes here? Like I'm gonna double barrel.
Pocket sixes could triple barrel, and like a hand like king queen definitely wants to double barrel, triple barrel, queen jack, these type of hands. But we also have a lot of give ups, like a hand like jack 9 suited, jack 9 and hearts, just gives up on turn. It's just okay.
Yeah.
His range is just too strong, and people don't fold ace-x. Population is not folding ace-x, and they don't even fold a hand like 10-5, 10-4. You know, all these type of hands. But yeah, I don't know. The river is pretty close to bluff catch because we checked the flop. I think we just range bet the flop and be happy about it. Because he doesn't really have a check raising range, right? Like this flop is just our range. So he can't really check raise with bluffs and value too much.
Γεια σου,
So he
Κέμπελ
mainly
μου.
calls.
Έχουμε
And we
coaching
just get
session.
value from 3x, pairs, 10x, and versus ace-x we
Καλησπέρα
do
σου.
less again.
Πώς είσαι?
True.
But on the river, I probably
Ευχαριστώ για τα GL. Θα τα πάρω τα GL σου για μετά, μόλις τελειώσει το coaching, θα ανοίξω κανονικά να παίξουμε. Ευχαριστώ για τα ευχές σου. Και είμαστε και σε no delay, άρα είναι ευκαιρία κιόλας να τα πούμε. Αν έχετε κάποιες ερωτήσεις.
Should have bombed the turn. I should have called the river.
I think you played it fine.
Okay.
I think ace high is good enough to check, but we definitely bomb the turn a decent amount with like hands like 10-9, you know.
Okay.
Some flush draws. But ace high is probably good enough. Just check. Because we still beat like ace highs. Or chop with ace highs.
Should I be calling since I have the queen of hearts, or like?
No, you can't call. It's just like if he has a flush draw, he's just gonna jam the turn. If he has it, we just lose and are draw pretty thinly. So yeah. Can't do a lot against it. But this is a spot where you just are not very balanced with your small betting. Because a hand like tens and jacks and queens wants protection, right?
Yeah.
Or like a flush draw also wants to either check or big bet.
Good point.
So he can just exploit you, and he just did, I think. But yeah, I mean, it's okay. Sometimes you lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to be exploding.
No, I think there are some good.
There are a couple of good turns, but
I think we have so many hands to already float, like all the gut shots, all the
Yeah, like if I make a pair, it's probably just gonna be like second best versus his like top pair or some shit.
Yeah,
like if
I think we have enough hands to float already.
Yeah, like if you were 30 big blinds, I'd probably float there, the back doors.
No heart, so I just fold.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
$15 bigs. Are you ever open ripping? I think we talked about this spot like with our low pairs and shit.
Yeah, I mean it's if the table is tough, sure, go for it. But otherwise, I just min-raise fold.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean it's a call. I think on the button we just jam because we don't want to raise fold. Can't raise call, so we just jam. But like if you have like 17 blinds, I would strongly think we just min-raise.
Are you min raising
We
here on 13.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think it's strong enough. Offsuited I always jam. For 15 or 14 I always open ace king there for sure. And I think for 11 we just jam.
Yep.
Even for 12 we just jam. So 13 is very close. And again, if you feel like the big blind is a decent player, you just jam.
Can't do much versus a guy opening off 13.
Yeah, you just get a lot of strong hands and just rip it. This is always very dicey, I think, because like you just don't get a lot of value in these spots if you just open jam.
Yeah, so true.
You
I'm
just
either
get in
just
a lot of
picking up the
spots
blinds or
they gonna call anyways.
I'm
right?
running into a flip.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't give them enough opportunities to punt against you.
Yeah. You want him to
And like ace
flop
queen plays
and jack
well post flop.
or ace
Yeah.
10 or ace 9. That
Yeah,
one.
for sure jamming here. Wow, that sucks.
That's
Works.
ambitious.
That's really bad for our EV as well. If he calls king 9,
Yeah.
pretty terrible.
Funding? No.
Yeah, same hand.
What do you think?
Yeah, we have.
I think he has a pair of 8s, 9s.
If it was heads up,
Decent
I mean,
amount of
like
times.
maybe I could see calling, but probably I don't know. I don't think so. Like not when he's pretty short, so I'm not
But
sure.
why is he checking the turn on the ace and bets the river? Like, is he betting a hand like Jack 10, King Jack, King Queen?
I mean, I would assume he would try to get to showdown with that by the river.
Yeah.
Or is he
So
like
he's
what?
pretty polarized to a 6 or an ace, right?
Mm-hmm.
And isn't he betting an ace on the turn? Like ace king, ace queen,
Should be.
if he limps it pre.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a hand like ace 5 maybe, ace 7. Is that C betting? That's also the question. Like I'm very, yeah, I don't know. This is pretty like, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it's a 550, so he might have still some ace X that just plays it badly.
And I still have the player behind who could easily have a 6.
Yeah.
Like in the big
I
blind.
think this guy never has a 6 to be honest, because he checked back as well, right? Turn went check, check,
Oh
we
yeah,
check,
river
and
he
he
checked.
checked. So he has no 6x.
He would 100% lead.
Yeah. So this guy is capped to Jack X and Deuce X as well.
Like he should
Some
lead.
draws like 4, 5.
Even without a 6, he should
3, 4
lead that
maybe.
6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not the worst hero call, I think.
Yeah, I've definitely thought about it.
Yeah. Because like what 6 does he have? Like 6, 5, 6, 7?
I don't think
Limps
he
it
has
off 10?
any. I don't think he has any 6x. Like maybe I mean aces, but like I don't know. It's confusing. It's a confusing line he took.
He could have queens. But check the turn and bet the river.
But then again, who's bluffing like 3-ways, right?
Yeah.
After you just called and the big blind called as well.
I mean,
Yeah.
Population is not bluffing. Oh, why did we fold here?
but he,
I should be
but they
depending
check
on
the
my stack
turn
size 'cause I
and
can
check the river.
flop top pairs and Just stack off. No.
Yeah, exactly. We just defend this one. If he is opening and the button is flatting, for example, then we can fold a7.
Yeah.
But as is, we just have to call.
Well, I folded because I knew I was gonna get a better ace the next hand, and have to fold.
And fold again. Yeah, this spot I actually reviewed and we just always jam.
Oh really?
Yeah, ace jack is just so strong
Mhm.
because we block his top range and we unblock his some of his broadways and pairs that fold. So ace jack for 20 versus under the gun, we just jam.
What about like even like for less than 20, or like is it like exactly 20?
20 and less.
20 and less, yeah. But yeah, I used to make this mistake as well a lot.
See,
Yeah.
I folded because I knew I was gonna.
Yeah, perfect fold.
But you would have
maybe-
30 big blinds now.
Possibly, or none.
Yeah, because he's gonna call you with his pair of eights, and then you double up.
Or I just steal the 2 big blinds he puts in the middle.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, now we just jam. But if
I
you
probably would have flatted his open, to be honest. If he folded, I would
Yeah.
flat to try to like get them in there too.
That's good. I would also do it, except if he's very tight. If he
Yeah.
has like less than 16 VPIP, I would just jam.
What? What?
8-7. What a boss. What was he doing? Like calling it off versus him, I guess.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's 3-bet calling versus him.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
if he's calling versus me, then
I mean,
Yeah,
he can't fold. He
his
can't.
stack is essentially the same.
He can't fold after you jump there. You know,
No.
he already put 6 there. He had to put another 7. Some dead money. Suited. Oh. No
Not
call.
calling here versus a 20 big blind opener.
If he has 30 blinds, we call.
Yeah, like
Re-
30
really?
blinds we can. Yeah, I don't think like, we're not like really gaining that much versus like to like win 20 big blinds, but like 30 big blinds, it's makes it more worth it.
All right. Noted. I would call here. I would call because it's a hand that plays easily. You either see a deuce or not.
The problem is you don't see a deuce very often enough for it to be profitable versus like a 20 big blind stack.
Actually, raise the ace is always calling, so I guess I'm wrong.
Like it's
Really?
one. You will see a deuce once every 7 times, I guess.
Mhm.
So that makes it profitable even versus 20 big blinds
Interesting.
because you make sets that win and probably. I mean,
Yeah,
assuming.
but we also check fold a lot.
Yep,
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
It's always
But
gonna
I
be
guess-
overcards.
Yeah, I guess deuces is the bluffing range a lot. So if he checks back the flop and we don't have a deuce, we just bet jam.
I just
But-
decided to like once he flatted the button, I just decided to check, give up.
Yeah, that's fair enough. He has a
Yeah,
lot of those
yeah.
hands.
He also has some traps,
Hmm
I guess.
Probably not as many with me blocking the.
Yeah, and after him
Deuce.
checking the flop.
I
I
mean-
mean,
I mean-
probably
I mean,
even
he's
have to
calling.
call the turn after I think about it. Like, what is he betting? Right, like he doesn't have like pocket nines, pocket tens, pocket jacks, and he mainly is gonna c-bet a queen.
But there is
He has a lot of like king 10 type hands.
there are 2 short guys and I'm actually 3 shoving stacks
Yeah.
behind. I think he just flats kings, queens, aces, ace,
I
king
think it would
suited.
be a fabulous spot for him to flat with his strong hands to like induce.
It's a great.
Yeah,
It's
but
kinda
that's
fine.
only like 2%,
Yeah.
3%.
But still, oh, that's not the hand. I thought that
No,
was a
no.
hand.
I just been going forward. Can't really open on 24 bigs. You're not opening under the gun here with the queen
No.
jack off.
Never.
Never.
Too
Not
many
even,
combinations.
not even with 100 big blinds. It's always a fold.
Hmm
That's a
You
good
killing
fold.
here?
No. This is a fold like you have to make with like 10-8, 10-9, 10-7.
Yeah.
All these hands have to fold. Jack-9.
I guess
I
because
see a lot
heads
of
up.
players.
I guess heads up, you're gonna have like 30%, but like multi-way, you're just gonna have like probably 20 or less.
Yeah, and your equity realization is shit.
Mm.
It's really garbage, so just have to fold. I think we can call.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Like I would fold under gun +1, but cutoff button I call this one.
I just like
If that
firstly
makes
under
sense.
the gun when with him opening like the on the 19 bigs. I guess he's opening ace 10, but I'm not seeing him like open like ace 9, ace 8, ace 7.
But he also has 7s, 6s. I mean, 8s, 9s,
Yeah, which we're flipping versus.
10s. Yeah.
Alright, fold is actually fine. Raise the edge is either 3-betting or folding.
Yeah.
And calling on the button.
Yeah, like
Which is like also interesting.
3-betting is very good there. It's very sexy. You make it small and then you just fold. He jumps. You know he has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's bluffing that
just-
spot?
Yeah. So like what size are we making it?
5.
in that
5.
situation?
5. 5 is good. 5.2. Depends. It's up to you. Like
Yeah,
5
just
is,
go 5.
yeah, 5 is good.
Yeah, 5 is good.
Ocelot says hi.
Hi.
What's up, brother? Oh, just zombie? Okay.
biased.
Alright, I'll go fuck myself. Should I be flatting or
Folding is fine.
folding as well?
Really?
Uh,
Let me see. I think it's a
I
call. I
mean-
would call, like in position 20 big blinds. Button versus under the gun.
It's call or 3-bet exploit.
Yeah, you could call.
Which means like 50% you call. And if you don't want to exploit, you just fold, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you 50% call.
I gotta
50
get more into the habit of like, on 20 big blinds, I can flat and try to like flop top pairs and go with,
Yeah, especially on the button. Like on this specific spot, you call all the ace-x, all the suited ace-x. Even you three. Let's start with your 3-bet bluffs. King 7 suited, ace deuce suited, king jack off, and ace 10 off. That's your 3-bet bluffs. According to raise your edge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You jam 9s to queens, ace queen off, ace king off, ace king suited, ace 10 suited, king jack suited, queen jack suited,
Really?
and you 50% of the times you even jump king 10 suited. The rest 50% you just call fold. You call even king 8 suited plus, queen 9 suited plus, jack 9 suited plus, 10 8 suited plus, 9 8 suited plus, 8 7 suited plus, 7 6 suited is either a fold or a call. And 6s, 5s, and 4s, you call and fold to a squeeze. Same as king queen off. King queen off is always on the button, and I mean the button, is always a call and you fold to a squeeze. You don't 3-bet that on the button. I guess it's too strong to 3-bet. But if you are on the cutoff versus under the gun, let's say, you 3-bet bluff the king queen off.
Yeah, but you see how the range changes from cutoff versus under the gun versus button versus
Exactly. Like
all of a sudden we just don't
like
defend
I
check
can't
anymore.
show you, but you start defending ace 9 suited plus on the
Yeah, and we fold all the king 10 suited, queen 10 suited,
yeah
queen 9 suited.
yeah
So button is really a special position, I guess.
yeah. Like you as a rule, 20% of hands or 20% of combos on the button, and on the cutoff 17. So it's a big difference. Sorry, 10%. So it's a big
That's a
difference.
huge difference. Yeah. Too short to really open.
So there's no ICM right now, right?
Let me see what the stacks are.
It's like 2 million average stack.
We're probably 30 left. Like
30 left.
20, like 3 tables. Well. Oh,
You
we
just
shove
spam again.
Shove for lead.
Yeah, I think we just
We wanna
it's
just
fairly close, but I
yeah.
want to just min raise this one.
You wanna because I guess you want the big blind to defend with like the worst king, like the king 5 and shit like that.
Yeah, and I also want him to jam like ace 8 or ace 5 suited on me. You know, these type
Yeah.
hands,
Yeah, they're not calling my jam.
these low pairs. But it's close. Like for 11, we always jam. For 12, it's close. I think if you are 30 blinds, we just open. And for 15, we always open, of course. Wow, that's an aggressive jam.
Mm.
Yeah, probably a little bit aggressive, but I
10
feel like
big blind.
I feel like he can't really call a lot because it's like half his stack. Like he'll have like he might have to fold like ace deuce, ace 3, ace 4.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, big blind's more or less fit or fold. I mean, if he does call, I'll
Like
probably have at least 30%.
for 10 big blinds, you do jam like 40% of your range according to Raise Your Edge. But the bottom on this spot is 10-9 offsuit.
I was gonna say probably 10-9.
Yeah, you even jam like. Can you tell me what else you jam just so we can
All my
Okay.
pairs, all my ace X, all my broadways.
like
I guess my suited connectors.
how about suited kings?
Yeah, suited kings. Probably like king 4 suited plus.
Okay. You
Maybe I
even
should be jamming all my suited kings.
yeah,
Right?
you even jam king deuce suited.
Okay.
How about and queen 4 suited plus?
Okay.
And then all the sevens suited, like jack 7, 10 7, 9 7, 8 7.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Plus,
now
plus.
like some ICM considerations are in place, so we
Mhm.
don't jam that wide.
Is it
Fair
I think we don't jam 10-8 here. It's
is
just
it
like
is it like 30 last 30?
yeah, last 30. So like final
Mm,
3 tables, still some ICM.
yeah.
Not a huge amount, but
Yeah,
some
yeah.
ICM.
Like you still want to stack up, you still want to double up, or stealing is important as well. But
Mhm.
Yeah, but for like the small blind, he should not call ace 5 offsuit,
Yeah.
just because of the ICM here.
true.
Oh, that's a premium.
What do you think?
Do we just go for the call? Do we have the
Yeah.
balls?
Of course we do.
Oh, nice. I mean,
A little scared of the big blind on this board, but I mean, if he has it, he has it, right?
We just jam, right?
we don't jam. Let's hope we don't jam.
Okay.
Nice. Like we just need him to catch up, and if he has
Cause
like
I guess I like if I call and he jams and he rejams, like what do I do? You know?
you still call.
We still call,
Just ace.
especially with the ace of clubs.
Yeah,
You know, we
I
still
guess,
have
yeah.
some.
Alright, here's jacks. Even better. He has 0%.
Just gave him the rope.
Yeah, perfect. That's why we just call king aces here, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Plus like with the stacks behind too, like he can jam, he can jam, he can jam.
I never do that because it screams like I have aces. To me,
The
like
thing is,
what
they're not
else
not
do
good
we
enough.
just?
A lot of players in these levels are not good enough
It's
to realize
true,
that.
but what else do we call there? Honestly, like what else do we call there?
Nothing really.
Nothing really, yeah. But it doesn't matter. They don't know that.
Exactly.
Whatever.
They
They
just
can't
can't
see
help
my stuff.
themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Like at these stakes, we don't have to worry about balancing much, because like you
Not
don't
even
really see
in the
these
1 and
pairs that
9s.
often. Yeah,
Not even the 1 and 9s you have to care about that.
According to
it's
Raise
like
Your Edge,
mainly like the 500s and
Jack
plus,
10 off
200s and
is
plus.
is
Like,
a
even
jam.
200s you don't have to
Also,
balance as much because there's still a lot of like the fields are pretty big. But like in the high rollers and shit, those are the stakes you really want to be balanced in.
I mean, even then. They still make mistakes for high stakes crushes.
Ocelot is asking a good question about the previous hand. If you didn't have the ace of clubs on that spot, would you just call or jam the flop?
We just call.
Even
The
without
reason is, yeah.
even without the ace of clubs.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because if he has a flush draw and he gets his flush, he just gets all the chips, just whatever. We
And we
just
still have
try.
equity too. Like we have
Yeah.
ace or 6.
We just want that like a Jack X, Queen X, King X is hitting on the turn, and he has like King Queen, Queen, King Jack.
So we just get to the river no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
If
just
he-
never fold our hand.
If he checks the turn, do you check back or do you just bet?
You just check back.
Mhm.
Again, we just give him max rope here. In
Okay.
these spots.
Because like he's either gonna have the flush there where he's like trapping, or he's gonna have like nothing and might go for it on the river.
So your plan is no matter what the action, no matter what the board, I'm getting it in with this hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you're planning?
Yeah, in my mind, the chips are already in the middle.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
You already won the chips.
That's good to clear. Good to know.
These opens are actually fairly close. Like ace 3 is probably the absolute bottom here.
Yeah.
I think we fold ace deuce.
Definitely. I probably should have like barreled turn.
You can still bet the river.
Losing versus 7x, 6x, 5x. Yeah, we probably just have to bluff the river there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like double barreling a lot versus a big blind. Because they will float. Sometimes they will float with ace high. Sometimes they will float with, and I don't want to chop or lose to a better ace x, and I just want them to fold better hands.
Yeah. That's one thing I really need to start doing a lot more often.
I mean, it's more difficult when you're short, like 20 big blinds.
Never lucky.
Never lucky. Come on. I just have I have to be able to flat the hand, otherwise I don't get paid.
Yeah, why do you go like 2.2 now?
No, I have no explanation.
Okay.
Because like I've been pretty consistent with my sizings like thus far. I've been min raising and shit like that. It was probably just like a lapse in judgment.
Let's hope we barrel this one.
Nice.
See, the time I decided to 2-barrel.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know. I'm like, yo, that king hits me more than it hits him. Let's get him off his 10.
Yeah, but we should big bet, I think. We bet a bit too small. Yeah. Because like we bet like 4.
Yeah. I would like
I wanted to make it look like I'm trying to size it so I can jam the river. Because if he calls, there's going to be 17 in the pot, and I have 18 behind.
Exactly, you have 18 behind.
So I should make it like 4.5, 5.
I would
go like 6.
6,
5.
yeah. 5. Shouldn't be
He's not
afraid.
gonna fold a 10, but he's gonna fold a 6 or a 5, I think, to this sizing.
Yeah, exactly. 70%, 75%. That's what I thought too.
I mean, that's pretty massive. But
13 big blinds under the.
Like
I don't think you're gonna like this.
You'll probably just open rip. I mean, it's okay, but it's not ideal.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna have very many bluffs there.
Like you're gonna get it in anyways with that hand. So,
yeah.
So you just want them to.
Can I ever like,
bluff?
Am I always like min raising, or can I ever like 2.5x from like this position?
No. I don't know. I would just say 2x. Fine.
Yep.
Min raise, yeah, probably.
You just 2x. And let's say someone is rejamming and then button is also jamming, right? Then we can
Gives
fold.
me a chance to fold, yeah.
Exactly. Now we just don't have the chance to fold anymore. But it's fairly close again. Like for 11 we always jam, for 12 we jam. For 13, 14 we just open, I think.
Be opening. Actually, no, I'm short. I don't know. King 7 suited on 13 bigs.
I probably
Not
fold
terrible.
in game 2.
In game probably stack protection is pretty important now. Like if we lose the hand, we have like 10 blinds, have no fold equity.
And we have to see
Now
bet
we
as
have fold
well.
equity.
You know, just the big blind.
Guess you just check jam.
Oh,
What else I
nice.
can do here?
Nice.
Yeah, actually we probably just call a decent
Really?
amount here.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't think of check jamming as an option here.
Look, he's
That's
gonna
good stuff,
be c-betting a lot here. I don't think he's. If he has a queen, I still have some equity versus it. I don't think he's gonna like bet call with a 5, so maybe I should call.
Oh wait, this is versus under the gun.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought it was small blind versus big blind.
No,
I'm
no.
like, I didn't think that was an option. So
I
yeah,
just did the min raise.
yeah. Versus under the gun, yeah.
Do you think he folds a better hand than yours?
I don't think so.
No, I think he
So
calls.
do you think he bet calls pocket eights in this spot?
I think he should be.
A lot of people do that.
I think if he's bet folding, he's just like betting too wide. C-betting too wide, maybe. Like, are you ever checking back 8s here, or are you just always betting versus the big blind defend?
Yeah, I'm just always betting. But probably folding versus you. Because like versus Queen X, we are crushed. Versus 6X, we are decent but not super, crushing. And we block 7-8. We block the main bluff, basically.
Yeah.
True.
And yeah. I mean it's okay. But with like King 6, we don't mind him bluffing off the turn. Like if the turn is like the 10 in hearts, we never fold, of course, but he might bluff a hand like King Jack, Ace King, Jack 9, while he just folds it now.
Yeah. I guess like having the king is like is pretty relevant because like the king comes, he's just gonna like probably represent it.
Exactly. But yeah, it sucks to call with a 6 on a turn if he jams. But
Yeah.
you just have to do it because like it's the same situation, right? Like if you jam, he has it. If you just jam the flop, he has it. Or if you just jam and he has it on the turn, it's just whatever.
Yeah, it's true.
But you get some extra value from his bluffs on the turn. Yeah, in this spot we just bet too big.
I was thinking I should probably bet like 1.4.
1.2, 1.3, yeah. We just have this board so locked up. Even one blind is fine. You just want him to punt,
Yeah.
basically. We never fold. And also you can save your chips with your bluffs.
Yeah, I remember I sent you this spot.
Ah, yeah.
What do you think, Matrix?
Oh, I think yeah, I hate it. Like if he opens, I jump.
I hate it too, but yeah, I think you kind of have to fold because like you have fold equity on this stack. If someone opens and you jam, like you can get them to fold.
Like, do I want to flip last 20 with this
Yeah.
hand? 18 bigs. I think I'm gonna get better spots probably.
Yeah. And that's, by the way, the spot why we don't jam ace, queen, ace, king suited. With 13 blinds
Exactly.
open jam it.
Like
Because now we fold king jack while we always jam it with.
yeah. Like what if he had ace queen there? Yeah, ace queen or ace king suited. He just opens.
Yeah.
Open, yeah.
If he opens, I think I'm probably ripping. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you just open ace king, ace queen.
You know,
ace jack.
even on the 550s, mostly on the 1650s, I play. I've seen people raise fold on these spots 10 big blinds.
Yeah.
I was like, I have aces, they raise, I jam, and they just fold, and I'm like, what in the world is he raise folding with 10 big blinds?
Psycho.
And like, and sometimes I just fold good hands, because he always has it, got 10
Yeah.
big.
For real. I always think
Yeah.
that they're opening tight when they open on those stacks.
Exactly, that's why it's good to open. That's why it's good not to
Exactly.
show.
That's why it's good to
Mm.
open if they understand the situation again.
Alright,
Like
I got
that's
some
why it's also good
adjustments to
to open
make.
ace. All right,
Let me
let's
write
jam
some
this
more
one.
notes.
Nice.
Thoughts on 20 button?
Is this final
Uh,
2 tables now?
This is
Should
like
be,
final
right?
2 tables.
Final 2 tables, so almost final table bubble.
Yeah.
I mean, then it's okay. Otherwise, you just want to raise call.
yeah, raise your edge. You open jump fours, threes, deuces, ace 3 suited, ace 2 suited, ace 8 off, ace 7 off. That's what you open
Yeah.
jump. But I'm talking in general, not IC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How you
I ran
balance.
a simulation where like pocket fours rather open because they rejam more like ace deuce suited type hands. So you rather open these than open jam them. Oh, that's so
Never lucky.
tragic. So tragic.
Bro, I'm
But you got like
defending
aces
too.
4 times, man.
I'm defending too if anyone opens. It's gonna like under rep. $17 bigs, I don't really think. 5 deuce suited. Am I defending here? No. Okay. Matrix.
Oh, easy jam.
There we go.
Fold. Nah.
Bink.
Ooh.
Get him.
That's how you win tournaments. Get lucky in big spots.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty easy jam.
30% of the time, you win 100% of the time.
Oh, he donk bets.
Yeah. I don't think
What do you
did I
think
have a
he?
diamond?
What do you think he bets you? Like 50%.
He's just a random, I think. Like
Yeah.
he could have a flush or he could have a king.
You could also have like straight draws too.
Yeah, it's just yeah, whatever. It's pretty bad.
Like he could just
10-7 we
easily
can
check
open.
jam.
10-7 we can open for sure.
Things you cannot study because it's so random. Like, what are you gonna?
I mean, you can study it for sure. Like you just have to give them a range, the random range basically, where they have like a lot of, you know, crazy hands, and then you can study that range. So you can study those players.
It definitely makes it tougher because there's a lot more variables. But
For sure.
I
For
think
sure.
population just long bets either air on this spot or two pairs, but two pairs but low two pairs. Like on a king jack six, say. If they have two pairs and they
Yeah.
want to, they're scared because of the flush draws and the and that you may hit your two pairs on the turn.
Yeah, but you have these players in every stake, so you don't have to think only micro, micro
Yeah.
fishes do that. You have this exact guy in every stake. And now we just
so
almost pot bet here. Yeah, we have to go a little bit bigger, like 2.5.
2.5, yeah. It's because the board's getting a little bit more coordinated.
Exactly. And he has a lot of like auto calls, like 7, 8,
Yeah.
5, 6 type hands.
I think he has all those though, right? Like this point of the game. You think he opens 7-8?
Yeah, I would also open this one. Like on final 2 tables, you can open a lot, but you can't defend a lot.
Hmm.
Maybe this is final 2. But I'm wondering why this guy
Okay.
is not dealt in.
Yeah, okay, this changes a lot then again.
Is the rejam?
Go gamble.
Gamba.
Yeah. In game, I fold that.
On 26, I feel like I kind of have to. But I'm not. I'm like not sure. But I open the King Jack O.
We opened the King Jack offsuit undergun. That's pretty inconsistent. He folds the ace-6 to be tight and then opens King Jack O.
But like, aren't people giving more credit to people who open under the gun?
Maybe.
I mean, and plus I'm like opening into the 6 big blind stack, which is like,
Yeah, but you have to
should
call
be
him.
Yeah, that's a problem.
true.
He jams, you have to call.
Yeah, but you probably crush his range, of course, because he
Mhm.
has any two.
Oh, if he's jamming, then I don't know how
Not
crushed
not
his
even spamming, but like the price is pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we do size down. It's interesting.
It's just because like he's defending in the big blind on that stack. I'm gonna have all the ace X, so like it's tough for him to really call unless he has like a draw. Like you
And
feel
Yeah,
we
it's a
block
good
his draws.
moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but last time we had an ace and then we just 1/3.
Hmm.
Bet 1/3. So yeah. We have to use basically the same sizing for both ends.
Fair enough. Keeping here. Limp fold. Here, I think here I was unsure. I still
Yeah, we
opened.
have to open. Yeah, we have to open for sure.
I should have 100% checked this flop, but I bet like tiny.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I like the check back here.
Yeah.
Like especially since I have the ace of spades blocker. Like
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
basically
mean,
block
have
all of his
every.
nut
we
flushes.
have all the good pieces on this board. He doesn't
Yeah,
have any.
We have the complete deck locked. I think I folded here because we're like final two tables. I'm not sure if I should be defending the 8-7 versus the button.
I think you can go either way.
Uh,
If he min raises, we never fold.
Yeah, for 2.4, I
Yeah.
also fold.
I agree. Limp in, take a stab. He should be raising his ace X, especially since he like raised the last time I limped in. So I figure he shouldn't have an ace there. Are you opening the ace-9 here?
I don't think
Six-handed?
so. It's pretty close again. Okay, nice reach.
Nice.
Should I be peeling here?
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
call this one. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. If it's final table, I don't hate the fold.
Yeah.
But final two tables, I think we just.
I definitely defend there with king. I mean, it's a really good hand. Really good hand to play in position, versus.
You ready for some bleeding?
Why do we bet the turn?
He checked back the flop, so I thought he might have like some like 8-7s, some like 9-8s, like some like random like undercards, and I wanted to like, kind of like bet for protection to like deny him his equity of like hitting.
Okay, do you think he folds more of those hands for 1.5 that he folds for 1 blind? So why don't you just bet 1 blind versus 7-8, right?
Yeah, that's true. I should one blind would get the same information.
Result. Yeah, exactly. Now we check call? No.
Queen, king. Oh, he checked back.
I mean, ace beats him, so like the 10
Yeah.
paired. So it's
He
like
can't.
if anything, it should have been a card for me to like bomb because Actually, I don't know. I mean, am I checking flop and betting turn with a 10? I doubt it. So
I doubt it. And he has some 10x.
yeah.
I had like 10-9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty passive. I think I would start opening more.
Getting spots to open.
So
Easy
just
jam.
flip. Yeah. Yeah, for example, this one for sure opening after they like folded 3 or 4 times to me.
Open and fold to the jams.
Yeah, exactly.
Start printing on this spot.
Yeah. This
Ace
one
5 off under the
probably
gun.
close. Yeah, it's a fine fold. Yeah, I would start 3-betting him,
Yeah, we should.
but I guess with
I just find it
29%
tough. I
over.
find it tough when they 3x though.
They do fold a lot after the 3x. You should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you, I mean, what is he gonna do with queen jack off? You when you 3-bet him.
But like my issue is like I start the hand with like 20 big blinds. Like if I have like ace king or like ace queen, I'm just ripping it in versus his 3x. You know, just use the fold equity during the FT bubble. So like when he 3x is there, I really don't know. Like, do I make it like 7 big blinds and fold to a jam?
No, you just fold.
Yeah. Queen 8 here. Are we limp calling or are we just like limp folding?
I think we just limp fold. But he did do it now 2 times, so I think I'm starting opening some hands and just
He
start
did check
limp
the one
jam.
time though with the king 3, was it?
True.
Increase, yeah. It's a good check
But
back.
again,
This is definitely FT.
this is fine table. Okay. All right, we are pretty fucked. Like we have 30 blinds, we can't do shit.
No.
Basically.
Opening jack 10 under the gun. Do I defend the 6-3?
Let's hope not. Like these defense are really poor
Really?
because you can't stack off of 6-3 ever, right? And yeah, he can just put so much pressure on you that 6-3 is a pretty bad defense overall. Even a hand like 10-9 offsuit doesn't want to defend.
Yeah,
You
I'm
just
looking.
want to play good spots, good hands in position, and not out of position versus with your wide range versus a strong range versus the big stack where you can bust and he can't. This
Like
is like a very, very important concept.
I like me personally. I need a little bit more than just one pair to continue on these boards, especially like on the FT. So like
Yeah, exactly.
if I'm calling with the 6-3, I'm looking for like pair and flush draw or pair and like pair and a straight draw. Like those are the hands that I'm gonna continue with. Like not like the one pair type hands that like I flop bottom pair. Oh, I have to continue now. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why defending is also pretty poor because you can never realize your equity with 6-3.
Fair enough. Yeah. It's like very tough too. I'd have to
Exactly.
flop huge. What are your thoughts? You just
This
folding
one,
like
I would just try limping, but folding is totally fine. Like he should be putting all the pressure on you. But yeah, overall, on final tables, you don't want to defend your big blind too much. In spots where you are like the middle stack, so you have like 30 blinds and there are like 20 blinds, 10 blind stacks on the table.
yeah, they're just gonna
And you,
apply all the pressure.
yeah, these type of hands, you can fold, you can raise. Depends on the table. If you have like a high stakes rack on the table that 3-bets a lot, you just have to fold.
Do you like defending here or 3-bet small?
I think we can go either way again. B3 at big. I don't like that. I think we go either 7 or we call.
Hmm.
Because we just need him to call, right?
Yeah, we need to keep him in the pot. It probably looks a little strong on this stack to 3-bet this big. If I made
Exactly.
it
Like,
like if I made
what
it
do
like
you
six
3
and
at
a
fold
half,
here? Do you have a 3 at folding range?
probably not.
Yeah,
But
and
I'm just
then it's pretty
defending a
bad.
lot.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. If you don't really 3-bet fold a lot, so you basically have like a lot of like good hands and no 3-bet folds, then why should he 4-bet jam? Wide.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I'm basically hoping for him to have a hand in order to 4-bet jam.
Yeah. And if he has a hand, he's gonna 4-bet jam versus 7 blinds as well, or 6 blinds.
I think this would have been a decent spot to 3-bet. What do you think?
I just fold. It's not a terrible spot, but like if we lose 7 blinds, it's massive. If we win
Yeah.
5 blinds, it's just whatever. Right? Like us having 36 is okay. Us having 22 is disaster. That's where we just fold.
It just puts us in a cage.
Even more so. Yeah, exactly. Then we can defend even less. Like these hands, yeah. Good fold. Yeah, you just have to fold. You have a pretty bad seat as well. Like the big stack
Yeah.
is on your left.
Bro, I switched seats with him, and then like he was last to choose, and he chose the seat on my left. I'm like, great.
Mm. I really liked your check on the flop. I don't like your check on the turn.
You like the lead,
Yeah, we just want to lead and, you know, bluff him
deny
out.
equity, and yeah, like, not
Because
allow him to
if you
bluff
check
it.
9-7, we are fairly balanced, right? Like then we have an 8, we have a 6, we have some, not a lot of 3x, but some 3x.
Mhm.
Okay, so we are fairly balanced, so we do have some pairs we want to bet. And yeah, he can bluff us now, right? Like
Yeah.
he could have a hand like, I don't know, 5-4 that bluffs now, and we can't do a lot against it.
Mhm.
But I really liked your check on the flop.
I didn't want to like bet and get like
Get
bluffed off.
raised on,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Your equity, yeah. Again, this one was very close, the Jack 10 open.
Yeah.
If there's one more short stack,
one
we have
second,
to
guys.
fold. Just because the big stack is gonna
Oh,
put
how
all
do
the
you
pressure on us.
import funds from
Something I need to keep in mind.
GG? Are you still here, Ocelot? I can show you. Quick.
If it folded to you on the button, the threes, are you ever appealing, or are you just always folding?
I'm just always folding.
Ocelot, are you still here? Anyway, I'm gonna show it anyways.
Through all the cuck.
A lot of shit hands.
Yeah.
So once you are on the you just click here where it says Pokercraft. Can you see that? Click here. When you do that,
He calls
gonna-
off 9.
It's so fucked. It kind of like puts me in like
it's
like
going
tough
to
spot.
redirect
'Cause, like
you
if he folded, I
to
could
a
see myself
website,
appealing here, but I don't love it.
right? You go to My Tournaments. If you play
So
cashes,
it
you
makes
go
it easier once
to
he flats. I could just like
either hold
fold.
them,
Oh,
Russian
he folds
cash, or
Yeah.
whatever you're
Got
playing.
it.
So you go to My Tournaments.
Right.
You select
In this
custom
spot, if he
range,
folds to you, what do you
and
do?
right now I'm gonna do it for this month only for me. So and then
Probably folding, to be honest.
you
Okay,
click
nice.
show,
Yeah, that's
and this is
also a big
all
blunder.
your
versus the big blind.
tournaments. Just click
Exactly. It's a big blunder to open jam here.
to select all,
Because
and then you just
two
download them.
massively short stack, like one 7 blind,
There you
another
go.
7 blind or 8 blinds.
So
And the big stack is gonna put the pressure on the short stack.
and then you just
anyways.
extract them
So he's
to
not
your
gonna get a lot of like folds.
like this
So we
now
just
is
have
going
to
to
fold
be
and dodge the cooler.
a compressed file.
They're getting an in versus like
You
8-10
just
here
put
is
it
so
in
bad for us.
any file
Oh yeah.
you want. You just uncompress it. There you go. See?
Especially with like
Compressed.
only 7 players or 8 players
You
left. when all
uncompress
the
it,
money's up top.
and then you just import them from from Poker Tracker.
Again, we just fold this ace-6 offsuit if it folds to us.
Shittiest ace you can get dealt. Easy jam. Are you?
Yeah, easy jam. But I sadly have to go now.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
send you for another hour. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
Matrix.
fun. Was a good run.
Yeah, we can wrap it
Let's
up.
do-
We can wrap it
Yeah.
up.
Well, thanks a lot, Matrix or Zombie.
Yeah, we can finish this later on if you want to.
Yeah, we can. I'll just remember what hand we're on. Me and Matrix will go through it though.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm going to wrap it up as well, Moin, because I'm gonna have to start
yeah.
my session as well. So we can
No worries.
we can definitely do another one.
Yeah.
Anytime you guys want.
No worries. Hopefully,
Alright.
hopefully next week.
Yeah, I'm up.
All right, guys.
Oh. All right.
Goodbye.
Coaching, guys. If you guys want to, yeah, there you go. Moin did it. All right.
All right, boys. Good luck today.
Good luck.
Good luck to you too, guys. Okay, I'm going to end the stream now, and I'm going to be starting in the next 10-15 minutes. I'm going to be starting my session. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in a bit.